We weren't live. So.
Well, we are now.
Shit.
Hello.
Well, hello everybody.
Hi, people. Hi, everybody. Hello.
Welcome to Natural One.
I always look at the wrong camera.
Our Sunday campaign on the Dice Ministry.
Keep going.
Where
I'll just catch up on some notes. I'm
where
good.
a bunch of us nerds all get together and play.
We try to make Lynn cry.
And he tries to make us cry.
He tries to make us cry.
We're successful more often than not.
We beat him up after the show.
Yep, that we do. We take his lunch money too.
I have that. Yeah, I have that whole Joker line. You have nothing to threaten me with. So, can I?
And then we get out the box.
And then you get out the box. Out the box.
That was me.
Oh, thank you. Welcome. Yes. Anyway, let's get this fucking rolling right. Thank you guys, my friends in congregation. Welcome to another exciting episode of Natural One. That's how you do it, Brendan.
I work in advertising, not entertainment.
Thank you guys for being here. This is our 5 o'clock Arizona Sunday night Dungeons & Dragons game. Nautical theme pirating nonsense, if that's something you wish.
That, yeah.
I was trying to be funny. Fuck it, back on track. Let's shut up.
I didn't say anything. I'm just watching you crash and burn.
Thank you guys for being here. We really appreciate it. Let's go through some announcements. Who wants to start on that? Who wants to get started on that?
Okay, I'm being looked at. I guess I'm doing the announcements.
Do it.
Okay.
We're professional AF.
Yeah.
Since when?
AF, baby.
100.
Okay,
Great
so
we got.
this is Natural One. We also have Crit Chicks Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Arizona time. Let's see here. We have some nerdy folks that make some nerdy things. We have the Chic Fae who makes these super nifty necklacey things. She makes elf ears, and she's making other custom items.
Yeah,
as
she
well.
does do custom orders. Yeah.
Yep. We have KT, the Great Dragon Slayer, who does nerdy things on Etsy at Geek Me Up Scotty, and she does all of the nerd jewelry, necklaces, earrings.
She has bolo ties.
She
Oh
does.
my gosh,
She
they're
does.
amazing.
And cufflinks, which I love personally. If I was a dude, I'd wear them all the time.
You can still wear them.
But it's not the same. And then we have Ashley, who does dragon sacks.
And dragon eggs.
Mine is being modified.
Mine is being made,
Oh,
so I'm getting a big one.
That's
Big old bag.
Mine's getting more
kind of
scales put
unsettling.
on
I'm
it.
gonna stop doing that.
She does castrate the dragons with her own 2 bare hands.
Yep.
But she does sell them on Etsy at Dragon Sack. And
Dragon Sacks.
I thought it was just Dragon Sack.
There's an S.
If you look up Dragon Sack, even
I'm
without
pretty
the S,
sure.
you'll find it.
Or you'll find some really messed up shit. Make sure safe search is on.
Or don't.
Or don't.
Yeah, I mean,
Make
if you
it
want
Discover something about
if you
yourself.
want to get crazy.
Roll the dice. You know, you don't know when net neutrality is going to kick in, and you don't know what
That's
you're
true.
going to be into.
No memes allowed in Europe anymore.
There you go.
Oh God.
Yeah.
True story.
Whoa.
Their,
makes
yeah,
sense.
their
Article 13.
advertiser, or what's it called? There's something about it that where it belongs to a company, so you can't.
That
bury
makes
it.
me really sad now.
Yeah. Get it
I'm
right.
sorry, Europe.
But don't forget, if you use the code Dice Ministry at any of those shops, you get 10% off.
Oh
and
yeah.
10% will save you pennies, and pennies you can use to buy more stuff.
Over at.
Over at, right?
Oh, that's me. Dungeon Depths is a great one-stop resource to all things D&D related, with cool designs on anything from t-shirts to tote bags, stickers and accessories, and even designer maps and character sheets to use in your own games at home. And now, included among these items is some of our own merch. You can now get t-shirts, hoodies, socks, and all kinds of stuff with the
Mugs.
Dice
They
Ministry.
have mugs.
Yep, mugs. I
Get the
didn't
mugs
bring
or you'll be mugged.
I didn't bring mine today.
I like it.
Beanies, yeah, as well. And all of it you can just find at dungeondepths.store. And actually, one of my personal favorite things seen on the site is the designer character sheets. They have really cool, like, artistic
Do they?
designs, like everything. Yeah,
I'm gonna have to
absolutely.
check that out.
And some of you may know that I'm an addict when it comes to rolling up characters. So
That's your
I
good
rolled
nature.
up a few, but I need someone to name them for me. So I'm going to have Naomi, Phil, and Stephanie. They're going to come up with the names. I've already rolled up the characters. I just need names. And then myself, Len, and Stephanie are going
Stephanie?
to... Jesus
Stephanie?
Christ, where's my friend?
I wish I was.
Sheridan.
Jeez, it's like all us girls just look the same.
I know, right?
It is.
Well, I'm having Rylan.
So here's the characters that I made. You just need to come up with the names. Okay? So, a gnome gunslinger who built all their weapons from their old cooking supplies from when they worked at a fast food chain before it was bought out by an evil sorcerer wanting to eradicate gluten.
Steuben Wheatsman.
Oh shit! That's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
Chef cheese grater.
Okay.
Okay, so when I name my characters, I think about how I want to play them. And I feel like
I don't need your life story.
no, hang on, hang on. So a combination of Bilbo Baggins and Adam Savage.
Mhm.
So I'm going with Bilbo Savage.
All right. Votes are in.
Whoa.
3, 2, 1. Naomi?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
All right. Next one. A dragonborn bard that uses a series of horns like a xylophone to play their inspiring music.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
They want to be the first person to sail across the world, but they're deathly afraid of all water. Naomi?
Zen Flightless.
Okay.
Rylan must die.
Okay.
Ferdinand Magellan? I don't know.
Okay. Starting with Naomi. 1, 2, 3. Oh God. Starting with Phil. 1, 2, 3. That's what I was thinking. You bribed the judges on that one.
What can I say? I bring death and mayhem.
And the last one, a human barbarian that became an adventurer after a freak accident at the postal office, and now is on the run from the law. Their rage is activated by cheddar cheese because of a minor blurb in their 68-page backstory.
Stilton Macaroni?
Okay.
And with the question mark, or
Yes.
Okay.
Golf clap.
Unfortunately, this reminds me of an actual person I know back in Texas.
Oh no.
So I'm just going to say Postman George.
Okay.
Chester. I don't know. God, it's just Chester. So
Chester.
it's like Madonna.
Oh my
Oh.
god!
Madonna.
All right, Naomi. 1, 2, 3, vote. All right, Phil. 1, 2, 3, vote.
Chester.
Yeah, Chester.
And for Chester.
Chester, yeah.
Okay. So no clear winner here. Except I think the real winner in this scenario is going to be Dungeon Depths.
Yes, no, every
Yes.
single time.
Check out their
Every
merch.
So check out the merch. They have our shit. Put it on your body. Drink your stuff out of it. Do the thing. So
Wear the socks and the beanies at the same time.
Yeah.
And the baseball cap.
Chester, Gordon,
Okay, that's fashionable.
Like
part.
Oh,
the
that's
beanie
a
with the
good
baseball
one.
cap on top.
And the
Yep.
shirt.
Yeah, and the shirt.
T-shirt,
Yeah.
the
I miss
jacket.
Postman George.
Mhm.
I want
Do
to
they
see about
pants
getting
yet?
some underwear.
We need to get like yoga
I made sure
pants.
we
It's
can
just
get-
like-
I'll talk to Olivia about it.
Yeah.
We'll make it happen.
If you get socks and cut off the toe part, then you have arm warmers.
Hey!
All right.
Now I kind of want to.
Actually, that just okay. Now I know how to.
All right, take it away, Lon.
Is it my turn already?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yes.
Let's get this
So you're part
started.
of the sock.
That was a long.
Give the people what they want.
That's what she
Yes.
said.
Oh, I'll leave them.
Let them have cake.
We have
So-
cake.
Chester
I wish-
Gorgonzola.
Yeah, I saw that.
I like to tease. So,
Oh, God.
That's a chat.
let's get it started. What the fuck happened last time?
I don't know.
Well,
I wasn't here.
Len did a remarkable Inibus accent.
He really did. Though. He really did. It was.
It was a spot-on performance.
It's the only accent you can do.
Yeah.
That's not true. He does Canadian really well.
Yeah.
He does doll.
Yeah.
He does do doll.
I
The
miss
doll's dead.
dolls.
Side note: every time I anthropomorphize like my car, like and give it a voice, it's always in the form of doll. It's like, go get him, boss.
Oh no. Before you go into a school zone. Go get a boss.
Go get him, boss. 50 points, boss. Do it or the world ends. As I'm telling myself in this in a mirror.
What's wrong with me today?
Well,
Absolutely nothing. You're
let's get this
perfect.
started before I get
Yes.
arrested very, very
Let's do the
soon.
thing.
I'm sure, crisis support is on their way to go collect me again.
They're coming to take
So,
me away.
what the fuck happened last session? Well, the city of Bastion, a pirating capital near the Oswaldo Sea, Aswaldo Sea. Forgive me.
Sound it out.
Aswado.
Aswado.
That's literally how it's spelled. Is a pirating capital that has recently gone under a civil war due to the absence of their former leader Said Jassar. Said Jassar, who the self-proclaimed prophet of the Leviathan, a ancient kraken that he has sworn will one day swallow the world whole, and those that don't follow him will drown in the tides that come up and swallow the continents, has gone missing. Has taken people with him under mysterious circumstances, and his followers were left to contend against the rest of Bastion that didn't follow suit. Anyway, hilarity ensued where our heroes were involved. They
Genocide. Hilarious.
So good.
They fought their way to the surface. They fought off would-be invaders, and the civil war was essentially squashed. A new leader was put in place by the name of Rock, who is Lord Lasar's father.
Hey.
And the rest of the city has followed him very, very willingly, but they find themselves in a bit of a conundrum. The city has been looted, and has been a lot of supplies and rations and food and such like that have been either taken by the opposition side, or pirating lords that have left Bastion to die on its own. And any ships loyal to them have left Bastion with supplies in hand, leaving the city in a desperate way, starving, dying. It comes to it where a month later, our heroes find, after that there hasn't been any further retaliation from any neighboring kingdoms, that the city needs to be replenished. How best to do this in a pirating capital, but then to take the
A bank sale.
Precisely. If blood could have been saved if you had just thought about that before, but that wasn't what was in a suit of desperation. They gambled, took the one remaining ship, our Millennium Falcon of this group, the Unmentionable. Beautiful
It
ship.
is the Millennium Falcon of our group.
It is, yeah.
I love it.
So, and they've crewed up. They've gathered whatever volunteers that they could to suffice as deckhands, and made out to the sea to find any would-be ship that would now have to pay a toll, and a new enforcement, a new decree, thus championed by Rock's daughter, Lord Lasar. They did find a ship. It was a ship on its way to drop off supplies to a neighboring mining community. What was that? They did find a ship.
I'm trying not to go that dark.
They gave the mercenaries protecting this vessel amongst these dangerous waters a chance to give up their wares. It was not met with agreement. Many men were put to the sword. One survived to tell the tale. The ship was taken. There was booty to be had everywhere. So much booty.
What was the person's name that
So
survived?
Helfer.
Dang.
Helfer.
Were you testing me, you
Yes.
son of a bitch?
Oh my god, right?
You know why? Yeah, actually, it never got touched on, but there is a reason why. Never mind. It's not important. But Helfer, I'm glad you pointed that out. The surviving mercenary in charge of the ship with some seafaring capabilities, Helfer, decided, well, he's a sellsword anyway. The supplies he was dropping off was going to supply a very, very dangerous mining company, and he decided he was better off, throwing in with you lot than he was returning back empty-handed. And so thus,
We gave him a choice.
and you did. So thus, he piloted the ship, or steered the ship, or helmed the ship, if you will, and decided to venture back to Bastion with you guys. So where not only was this successful in retrieving supplies, but you now have one more to your ever-growing fleet. So one more ship, one
We
more
have-
vessel.
We have 2 ships.
We have
I'm
two
not
ships.
Cloud's calling it a fleet.
It's a
Can't. Yeah.
Our fleet of 2.
And thus we return. So, you guys return back to Basing. You have a quick question.
Not so much a question, just something I would have been doing while on the boat. Because his guts were hanging out, I believe. I would have helped put him back together. And,
Yeah.
And used spells and potions that I'm.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're on the other boat.
Lorla's just
Aren't you?
being
No,
really
I'm
silent
on the boat that
under
killed
part.
everybody.
Okay.
I'm still
So-
thinking about how those
He's got
motherfuckers
everything.
laughed at me.
Yeah, well, eventually he'll.
Oh, the one guy. Okay.
No, the whole ship.
The whole ship,
Yeah.
yeah.
The entire ship laughed at me because I missed
Just the people
mast.
that were up top.
I like jumped and failed my athletics check.
This
Yeah,
is true.
I failed too, and I almost got murdered for it.
Yeah, well, they got murdered for laughing at me. So
Now I feel
Got
like
it.
I need to watch
I
last
need to
week's
never laugh.
episode.
Don't laugh at Sheridan. I need to laugh.
Either, really.
Yeah, was it Sheridan or was it Cloud?
both. I mean, like I would say like 60% Cloud.
60.
Only laugh at Sheridan 40% of the time.
So, you guys
So are
are...
we back on land? Or are we like back at
He's
in
describing
Baxter?
that.
Oh, I'm
You
sorry.
guys
I'm
are,
sorry.
you guys
Oh,
are
Jesus.
Can I paint you a picture? Is that okay with you guys? Can I fucking storytell you?
Can I fucking do my job?
I'm
How about
sorry.
that?
Fuck.
I just want to say I'm really glad we're high on energy, but we'll get...
We are spicy today.
Yeah, we are.
guys.
Like, this is something else. We were like this prior to the air going on too. Anyway, you guys are on the ship. You on the ship? Do you you're patching up Helfer?
Yes.
Cover.
Do you say anything? Do you do anything?
Just quietly, you know, like.
As he's lying back on a hammock, he's like, and he offers, as you're like, make a medicine check.
Why am I opening up my notebook so I can look at my stats? And I'm also using like potions, spell slots.
You're using potions, you said?
Potions that might cure wounds. And
Okay.
stuff. That is a 16.
16. Okay. Yeah. No. With true to your title, you're able to patch him back together in a good way, and he looks like he's going to survive this, and that
Keep him out of infection.
Yeah, keep him out of infections and such. Like it looks like nothing. He's going to make it. He's going to make it. And he's going to be okay without any magical means. He's going to have to tend to his own wounds. And he has a long recovery unless there's anyone that makes magical means to. Oh,
Yeah,
so
I
you do it.
that's what my potions are.
Okay, cool.
And I actually have a quick question. Do I like Helfer?
It's
I
up to you.
don't.
That's we've had one
Yeah.
conversation.
I
The
think
sole survivor
I don't
of
think you met.
no.
He's the sole survivor of the people that we just murdered.
Yeah,
Okay, so the entire time he's patching this guy up,
yeah.
I would be using thaumaturgy to make ominous whispers around him and make him think he's losing his mind.
Why?
But he agreed
Why
to
are
join
you,
us.
Why are you gaslighting this guy?
Because I guess.
I don't know.
So,
losing your mind.
whatever effect you think it might be having, he seems to be just staring off. He seems to almost kind of be weighing the decision that he made. There is a very visible paleness to his skin from both lack of blood and the actions as he's caused for himself. It all seems to be sitting in with this horrendous emotional buyer's remorse, if you will.
I'm just gonna slap your hand while you're casting spells.
I
Help the
do want
others.
to go up to him
What
and
am I
offer
going to
him
do?
like a bottle of
I have
whatever
nothing that can
alcohol we
heal.
have around here.
I can set things on
Yeah,
fire.
ale. Actually, you find a couple of casks of ale.
Okay.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
I'll take him like a cup of ale, I guess.
Yeah, there are a couple
mug,
of casks of
whatever.
ale and wine amongst the generous bit of supplies that are here.
And
Go drink with the others.
and I'll just Helfer, was it?
Yeah, that's right.
I'm sorry about your crew. I don't really have control of my own strength sometimes. Wasn't meant to be that bad. We were hoping he'd surrender, honestly.
Not with our ship, not with our lot.
I want you to know you don't have to join us if you don't want to.
I absolutely have to join you. Where am I going to go after this?
Anywhere.
As he says that, I'm gonna
Are
be like, that's what happened to me.
Helvik is who we're catching up? Or is who?
Yeah, so you patched him up. He's like,
What happened to you?
Still.
that's
Oh,
it.
my ship was taken by some of your pirates, and that's how I ended up on the island.
Oh,
It was join or die. So that's the same thing happened to me, so don't feel bad. It's actually not all that bad.
It's
Something similar happened to me as well.
Are you still patching him up? Are
I'm
you
still
still like in the
patching him up.
process? Okay,
I'm
I'm
like
like.
cleaning up my tools at this point.
Oh, but you're not like actually like working on him anymore?
He's all stitched up.
Okay, I'm just like fascinated by all that. So I'm just like kind of staring at his stitches. Like not like I'm not gonna do anything. I'm
you're
just
fine.
staring. Like
So,
When
as
we
he
get-
feels surrounded, because everybody's around him.
Well, I'm kind of sitting off to the side, but when I heard him say that, I'm just like, yeah, the
He's-
same thing happened to me.
So he says, "Look, if it washes away any awkwardness, I don't hold it personal for whatever you did.
well, that's good. It really wasn't.
No, I'm a sellsword.
It's a means of survival.
You don't get into this profession unless you know that some of the guys you travel with, maybe even yourself, aren't going to make it back. And no, we're on a good foot here.
Well,
So I understand.
I'm gonna give him a cure wounds potion. Take a cap of this with food every day for the rest of the week. Should prevent too much scarring, but you're still gonna have a survival. You're still gonna have a story to tell at bars.
Yeah, I look forward to that. You know, I've been to Bastion once.
Okay.
Yeah, passing through. This is my second trip, going from Hamberwell to Hawkins. Made the trip back, resupplied, took this job.
I said you were in the Hawkins, right?
Yeah,
You were delivering something there, supplies and such. Where were you delivering it off to? You said the dangerous people that you were sending it to.
you know, I'm not.
Under contract anymore.
Yeah, maybe, but it's best to not follow. These are dangerous people, and
If they're dangerous people, then it would do best for you if you told us who they were so we could try and avoid them.
make a persuasion check.
Natural one.
What?
Yep.
It says no. It says I'd be doing you a favor not saying anything.
we're dangerous people,
I'm
and we need to know.
I'm gonna get up kind of close to him and be like, look, you and I, we come from a similar circumstance. We would really appreciate any information you can give us. That way we avoid these people at all costs.
No, you don't understand. It says these people, if they find out, if their name was tarnished or stained in any way,
What, they'd kill you?
they'd kill you.
They can certainly try.
They have the resources to do it. They have the people.
Why are you so scared of them?
You should be too.
Going off of what he's saying about these people, is there anything that, like, any rumors or anything I might have heard about them? If they're very dangerous people, then maybe
It's
there's
very broad, and there are so many different factions around the region, it's hard to narrow it down and say who. He's talking about a very, very specific group. You know, he's relating to a specific group, and there are mining, maybe big mining names and such. The biggest name going out of there, which would be common knowledge, is the World Bank itself, Bacana Landing.
but they're
But yeah, they're known to be on the up and up.
okay.
So I'm gonna try again.
Go for it.
I would suggest you tell us everything you know about these people, and I'm going to cast suggestion at
Yep.
second level.
I like it. At second level?
Yes, that is a wisdom saving throw, DC 14.
Natural 15.
Fuck! Damn it!
Father.
Okay, then I'm going to
As
try
you start to...
one last time. I got another spell slot, motherfucker.
Okay.
Let's try it again. I'm going to make this motherfucker tell me what I want to know.
Share it if you want to confirm this natural 15.
Oh my
Oh
god!
my god! Yeah, there it is.
So
Son of
as
a
you
bitch!
look, you've done me a kindness, and it's best for you that I not say anything.
He's
alright?
doing us a kindness by not telling us.
Except if we run into these people.
Can you at least give us a color or flag, so we can avoid him?
Red and black.
Thank you. That's the least that you can do for us.
Yeah. And if at all possible, you see that he's gone even more pale as he zones out with a 1,000-yard stare.
Just drink up, get some rest.
Lots of water.
How about whiskey?
I'd stay away from whiskey for now. It's gonna thin your blood.
You seem to be the expert. Trust your word on it.
I'd say give it a good 2 days before you start drinking any liquor. Give it a week until you start drinking anything hard.
Right. I don't know how you've done it. Obvious magic, but
It's not magic.
well,
He's a medical.
except for Sergio, who did actually perform cure wounds.
He's a medical doctor.
Can't cast magic.
Right.
Well, I'm tired, guys. I'm gonna go lay down until we get home.
Everyone gets
I
some sleep.
think that might be a good idea.
Yeah, I'm fucked.
So, you guys decide to call it a night.
And get a long rest.
Anything else that
Long
happens?
rest. Nope, just the rest.
I'm steering the ship, that's all I'm doing.
I'm using this.
You know it sucks.
No.
Okay. You're steering the ship. The deckhands are tending the crew. They ask. Some of the crew does approach Lord Lassar, asking if by any chance they could help themselves to a bit of the wine that's amongst the supplies.
Of course.
They're appreciative of it. They go to town, and what was supposed to be just a taste of the wares turns into just a little bit of a lush party as the crew tends to get kind of like, nice and toasty at the end of the night. But everybody seems jovial. They don't abuse the supplies, and they couldn't. It's a huge barrel of it. You guys have a very, very impressive haul. This ship alone will readily resupply one general store, which could set up business, but also could be absorbed very, very quickly by the city's need to tend to its wounds, so to speak.
I'm going to look through. You said that it has like a list of like the general items from the inventory section of the handbook, but I'm going to look around and see if I can find any herbs, any alchemy supplies, anything I need to use to resupply myself.
Okay. You look through. There are.
I'll take cooking ingredients at this point.
Sure. Yeah. Herbs, specific medicinal herbs.
Yeah, medicinal, and then also.
Make an investigation check. Actually, yeah, but with advantage, as you have now a manifest to look through.
That's much better.
Okay.
Ooh.
Investigation. That's unnatural 20.
Okay. You find an entire box, a very heavily wrapped, very secured box of spellweave bandages. which provide a 1d4. They're medicinal bandages with some arcane properties to them.
Those are the D4 bandages.
Those are the D4 bandages, yeah. So they provide 1d4 of health when administered. So, and you find 18 uses.
Whoa.
Alright. I'm gonna take 4.
Do we get a long rest?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, so you take 4 on your person.
Yeah.
You won't use them, I imagine, because you're going to be taking a long rest.
I'm just gonna take 4 to have when we eventually need them.
Because we will.
Good.
Those don't take like any inherent magic to use, do that? Like, it's kind of like the
No. In fact, any layman can like actually just administer them.
Okay, so it's magic already.
Yeah, it's imbued. Hence the name Spellweave. They actually have the medicinal and like arcane properties already like etched into the bandages themselves, and they actually have intricate kind of weaves netted into the actual bandages themselves.
And I'm gonna take 4, and then one of those 4 I'm actually going to unravel, which
Okay.
probably uses the magic.
It's heavily wrapped. What do you intend to do with it?
I'm gonna study it and see if I can learn how to make it.
Make a medicine check.
Fuck. Advantage?
What was that?
With advantage?
With advantage? No.
Okay. Damn. It's not gonna be enough. It's like 7.
Hard to say because it's not globbed on. It's
like
really so you know that these bandages you've probably even encountered them before. They're a lot cheaper than heals. So what was that?
8, not 7.
So the bandages themselves, it's hard to make out because everything is just woven so packly tight and soaked into the actual material of the bandage itself. You can't really glean what medicinal qualities it has.
I'm gonna still, for just the time it takes us to get back, I'm gonna continue studying.
It'll require some experimentation, you know.
I got my alchemy's kit, my cooking supplies, my whatever I need.
Good deal. Anything else that you guys do?
I'm gonna
Me.
once somebody else takes on the trip, if somebody takes over steering, I'm going to actually start repairing the ship from the inside.
Okay.
Both of them.
So you start patching everything up. Luckily, the ship didn't take. It will need some repairs.
Scratch the paint.
It's been broken inward just a tad from the very front of the ship due to it ramming into the other ship that you've secured. But it looks like the ship that you guys attacked have taken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you Steve Urkel us?
Did I do that?
No, I didn't know that I did that.
Well, you do now.
You do now. Yeah. So, but yeah,
He did it.
you tend to repairs.
Are you still tending to repairs when I wake up? Because I want to help.
It'll be throughout the week, so yes.
Okay.
It's gonna take us a week to get back home.
It'll take a few days.
Ooh.
I said we're only like a day out from.
That's what I
Not
thought.
terribly.
too.
Like maybe 2 days, 3 days.
And we're also going
Okay.
against the current now.
Yeah. So you
Alright.
are going against the current, and there are a lot of different factors. So I would say probably 3 to 4 days.
Okay.
Somebody learn Gust. Get these sails going.
And actually, I've looked that up, and it doesn't help. So.
I am not magic, so.
So anyway,
Doesn't? Why not?
Why wouldn't it?
we're not going to go into the science of this. So anyway.
It's
Yeah.
like minutes off of
Is
travel.
it you guys? You don't have night vision, dark vision,
I don't have dark vision.
and you have dark vision, and you do not have.
He
Dark
does not have dark vision, but he can cast a light.
Okay, I.
Your
Okay,
drift flow.
duly noted. Huh?
Your drift
Oh,
flow.
Shut up.
Nah.
Hey, Glenn, let her roleplay.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I mean,
this.
I'm
I
sorry,
just wanted.
I'm
I
so
just
mean.
wanted to know.
No, you're not.
All right. What does anyone else do? Anything to know?
I'm gonna take stock of everything and make sure that
As well.
that we know exactly what we have, so I can report when we get back.
Okay.
There were people on the other ship under.
Yeah, there was a crew. There was a crew of possibly 10 others. All survived, all in good health, who have stayed on to the other ship.
And they're not fighters; they're just crew.
They're just crew.
Yeah.
So I would like to go talk to them, and kind of let them know, like, I want to go talk to them.
Okay.
Is there a leader there?
Doesn't seem to,
We killed the captain.
Yeah, but like, is there someone who looks like
First mate.
So you go.
they've taken charge?
So for theatric's sake, you have to cross across the ships. You manage to order them close enough. You swing across, and you get the landing. You go down to below, where they're actually some are tending to the ship, some are just huddled around the crew quarters, murmuring to themselves. They see you walking down below, and a very imposing figure. Both in stature and in combative prowess. You accompany her?
Yeah, I would
Okay.
be going with
Who
her.
else is going?
I'm checking the supplies, so I'm probably already on that side of the ship.
Okay. So you're within earshot, we'll say, Doctor. Inibus and Laura Lassar, you guys go over. Okay. So as you head over, there are 8 human. There's 1 dragonborn, and there's also 1. He might pass for human, but he has like some weird goblinoid kind of characteristics to him. So
What
it
are
looks
their names?
very soft. Like of each and every one of them. Paul, Ringo, John,
Pedro.
Pedro.
All right. So 8 humans, so 10 total.
Yeah, 10 total.
So yeah, again, I want to see if there's one who looks like he's maybe not the leader, but like he's taking charge
So
of the whatever situation.
Getting ready to deal with an asshole, by the way.
yeah. So they're all
I can out asshole an asshole.
So they're all kind of huddled around each other. They were having kind of a heated discussion as you hear them whispering low voices, like, almost through their teeth. Like, you don't catch it, what they're saying. But they're, as your footfalls head down the staircase, they quiet and awkwardly all look up at you.
I'm gonna kind of stay out of eye line of the crew. I still got your back, but I don't want them to see that I'm there.
Okay. What time of day is it? Is it morning, noonish?
It's actually nighttime now.
Okay. So, evening.
Evening, Captain.
Lorla. You can call me Lorla. I wanted to come and let you know the attack wasn't personal, and my friends and I, we didn't mean for this much bloodshed.
Bloody feels personal, someone says, and another guy gives him a sharp look.
No, that's fair. I mean, we did quite a number up there. Look, I know you're just crew here, and I know you're getting paid to do this job. I want you to know that I'm just trying to take care of my people. I have a whole city to feed. So, I would prefer to have done this with as little bloodshed as possible. That wasn't the case. And I'm sorry, but I wanted you to know that I bear no ill will to you, and you are free men. Now, my hometown, Bastion, it's not doing so well.
Bastion? You hear one of the men say, "We're going to Bastion?"
Yes.
Oh fuck, we might as well just jump off right now.
Why is that?
It's not exactly on the up and up, is it?
What do you mean?
Well,
What have you heard?
well, it lives up to its name. I mean, you're taking the ship.
Look, we're trying to turn this place around. Personally, I'll do
On
what
to
I
a new
have
leaf.
to. But we're in need of people, good workers, a crew for the ship. If you're willing to stay on, we're willing to have you. But again, you are free men. When we reach land, you're welcome to do as you wish.
So they all look at each other.
You don't have to tell me now, but if you want to stay on, We're not terrible people. Depending on who you ask.
Who are you? Says the Dragonborn.
Where are you from?
Just myself.
Yes.
Grave Prince.
I take it I've never been
It's the continent. There are notable kingdoms. The closest would be Fuxing. It's the tri kingdoms of the two, the Spirit Nation, the nation of Fuxing, and also the Dragonborn to the north.
Okay.
This particular Dragonborn is actually blue of scale.
That's his name now.
Blue of scale.
Just
Blue.
That sounds like a Dragonborn name. Blue.
Yeah. Well, Blue, it's nice to meet you.
One of you has told my names.
Anyways, there's obviously plenty of food and drink if you'd like to join us up top. Yeah, this wasn't awkward at all.
All the same, we shall be remaining here.
Well, you're free to do as you wish.
Thank you.
But nice to meet y'all. I'm gonna awkwardly kind of stop my way upstairs.
I'm gonna stay on the stairs.
Okay.
I want to listen.
I'm also doing that.
So they look at you as if expecting you to go?
I'm not. I never went down with her. Completely.
Oh, okay.
That's why
I
she said she was
stayed out
hanging.
of
Oh, I
sight.
missed that. Okay.
Roll stealth check.
Make a stealth check for me, please.
That is a natural.
The tiniest D20 I've ever seen.
Right? Let me.
And I'm going to do a
double check on
perception
that
check
real
to see if I
quick.
can hear them.
Okay.
Just that I'm in earshot. They probably don't.
That's an 18.
18? Okay.
18.
So you hear them, they wait for the longest time, as expected. And they begin up the conversation.
16.
So, 16. The same for you.
Yeah.
So, hey, Blue, they knew your name. What gave it away? Yes. So, we were talking about before. Yeah, we can't really go nowhere. Bastion is like, we're as good as dead in Bastion. So, we're as good as dead going back, aren't we? I suppose so. So are they. I don't know who they fucked with. Yeah. Yeah, they'll get their comeuppance soon enough. We're innocent in this, okay? We stick to our story. If it ever comes to it, we travel again, we ever run into them, or the family, wasn't us. We've got plenty of debt to show for it. Right? Right. Fuck it. How much are we going to jabber on about this? Blue, you got that card set with you. I haven't got any in the way of coin to gamble, but sure we can find something.
I am very quietly going to go back up the stairs, up to where Orbisar is.
I would have gone up to like the bow of the
I'm gonna head up to her. We need to talk.
about
They are more than they seem.
what do you mean? What did you hear?
So I tell her everything I heard.
Family.
I
What family?
think these may be the people that what's his name is afraid of.
Well, they seem pretty scared. I thought it was me. I mean, I did cut a guy in half.
You did not hear them talking after you left. They are more afraid of the family than they are of us.
I'll have to ask my dad when I get back.
Yeah. By the way, don't be surprised if they try to kill us all.
Oh, I wouldn't be. I fully expect it, actually.
Okay. I just figured, I could fuck with them. If you want me to.
I'd rather not
I mean,
create
I
any more
won't.
ill will than we already have.
Okay, so let's just put it this way. They try. They won't be able to see what they're doing.
Oh, if they try to kill us, I fully expect you to just obliterate them.
Okay, alright. As long as we're both on the same page here.
But until then, just assume that they're good-hearted people, just really scared of this family.
Let's just assume that they're going to kill us, or try to at least.
Good-hearted people who aren't afraid of mutiny. Got it.
And the blue one can't figure out how you knew his name. It's pretty funny.
It was just a nickname because he's blue.
I know. But apparently that's his actual name.
Huh. Who'd have thought?
They were all very surprised that you knew his name, and they might try to kill him first, actually.
They're not very bright.
No, they're not. They're human, though, so...
Says someone with 10 intelligence.
I mean, don't get me wrong, the doc, he's pretty dang smart. I don't know how, but he is. But for humans, they're pretty fucking dumb.
You saw me
So
out
I've
of the corner
heard.
of your eye, didn't
I'm
you?
dead. I'm tired of getting that look from people, so shut the fuck up, Rylan.
What do you think, Doc?
Downstairs.
Oh, are you still?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in the meantime, I'm gonna. There's no use in trying to scare them more than they already are. They'll figure out what to do when we get to land.
If they don't try before. And,
What is it
I
that you
think-
said? Fuck it.
well, and I think that we may want to go over this ship with a very fine-tooth comb.
What is that? Do you think
They
they're
said
hiding something?
They said something about the loss. I think maybe we want to look this boat over just a little bit better.
I'll let Cloud and Sergio know they're doing repairs, so.
Tell them to keep an eye out for anything hinky or
Kinky.
No, hinky.
Oh, I thought you said
Hinky.
Both.
You know what? I'm kinky. Okay, there's a difference.
A lot of
Chains
time to
and
cover on the
ropes.
seas.
Yeah. All of the things.
Yeah, I walked into my parents' bedroom once.
But maybe look for false floors, false doors, false doors. You know, those kinds of things. Look to see if maybe there's something worth a little more on this ship.
Keep an eye out.
Okay.
In the meantime, I'm gonna pull out my lyre, and I'm gonna start playing, and I'll start singing a song just for the hell of it.
And
Okay.
since I'm sure there's like torches and stuff as she plays, I'll thaumaturgy with the torches and play with the flames.
All right. I need a rendition of how that goes right now.
Ding, 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 ding.
With a lyre.
It's a
And-
stringed instrument,
Play-
so
play
yeah.
Hurdy-gurdy.
Well, technically, it'd be more like what's the accordion do?
So,
I used to play accordion when I was younger.
oh god. So, you guys, unless anything of note happens,
I'm offended by this.
you guys
Playing polka.
sail back and eventually over the next few days make it back to Bastion. Go back in the harbor. The city seems to be on the up and up.
For the first time
And
ever.
I'm just kind of loosely keeping an eye on the jackhats in the boat.
And I would have let Sergio and Cloud know what she told me so that they could keep an eye out while they were doing it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll keep an. I guess I would be keeping an eye out for something
Good job.
I would have played cards with those guys.
kinky.
A
Something
couple
kinky.
times.
You want to play cards with them?
Couple times.
They're very practiced gamblers. They don't have anything. They have a few. They bet with copper. At most, they some of them have a couple of silver apiece. Nothing to write home about. They haven't been paid their wages yet. They do mention in conversation that that's one of the things they were expecting to receive when they were landed to Hawkins before
In my gambling with them, I lose a gold.
Make
on
a
purpose?
Yeah.
make a deception check.
It's not great. I think it's what?
Yeah, that's good enough. They're not the brightest of crew. You're able to.
No, it's 10.
10? That's still sufficient. That was the DC. They managed to you managed to lose a few coins, and there's an awkwardness about them. Not because they see through your deception, but because they feel that, they're losing to the man who just killed some of their protectors on board. They don't know how well that's going to go. So, but they
It was my gold. It was one of their gold.
They reluctantly take the coin. You guys, without issue, make it back. You guys are traveling just south. I need 2 of you to make a perception check, or 1 of you with advantage.
What is everybody's perception?
Sergio makes it
mine's-
with advantage.
Oh yeah, mine's +5.
His is +6.
You want just 1 each, or
It doesn't matter. You can do both. You can do.
well, there's only 1 point higher that can be, so 25.
Very good. You're seeing vessels, a few very small ships that have seemed battered together. You see, there's something that you see the telltale sign over the horizon of ships bobbing, anchored down towards the beach south of your island on the journey home.
What flag?
They seem to be telling the telltale colors of the Umanerith to the south of Warlord Blood.
So ships? Or
I
boats?
would
Boats.
recognize
Well,
these.
ships,
Yeah.
if you can
Oh,
call it
well.
that. We're talking
Would you guys
keelboats,
recognize
which
them?
are
That's what
just
I
small, no more than
Well,
they
Are we
should
talking
be.
like
It isn't a
Somalian
tank.
pirates?
Yeah, it was
or
bullets that evaded.
Oh
that was
yeah,
shot
the
down.
yeah.
It looked the kind of like ish. The ships look they're small. They're like personal yachts. Consider keelboats to be like for personal sailing ships. For leisure. Like they're not massive. This is nothing to invade with.
Would
They
we
seem-
have recognized them as like pilot fish?
Or
are they
like-
out doing recon?
It's
Or
hard to say. They're beach.
refugee ships.
Who knows? You know, Lord Lassar, you would have gotten. You knew of information of refugees that had landed to the south and were supposed to be dealt with. They may never have.
Are there any weapons on the ship that we can see?
It's too far out.
We'll have to get closer.
And the thing with that is, getting closer also makes you visible as well.
Sure.
I'm sure if we can see them, they can see us already.
Well, do we want to go deal with that now?
They're not exactly going to be able to catch up with us. We can just plow right through and keep going.
But if they're an invasion,
If they're an
That
invasion, then
is
we got to
too
get
small.
to.
Those are leisure boats for the country. Those are small personal.
maybe that's what they
vessels.
want us to think.
Well, then we'll
It's
run them
possible.
over, and if they get in our way.
Literally, we could impel that ship. We can run to the ship, and it would not do very minimal damage.
Well, the priority is to get the supplies home. We can always investigate that after.
Yeah.
About how far out are they from the town?
From the town, they're on the other side of the island. Clear on the other side of the island. Probably, it's a lot of space to travel. So it would probably take them on foot maybe a week.
And how many are there?
Of the
Or that we
keelboats.
can see, I guess.
Well, you don't see any people present now that it's been pointed up to you, either because they're tending to something else, they've left, or they're just hiding out of sight. But you do see 4 ships.
Is there a spyglass on the
Yeah.
A spyglass?
Yeah.
Like
on the actual?
Like one of the.
As a matter of fact, they're not on your ship, but there's a couple of pairs on the other ship.
Oh,
I
That's
would-
mine.
Since that's
I'm
the-
taking that.
Yeah.
I would have already been on the other ship.
Yeah.
So I'd have probably found one and gotten one.
I
with,
feel like I would have.
someone on the
Those
other
are-
boat.
Maybe not.
Pretty much.
Muy expensive.
Literally, okay, so literally go to the equipment page in the player's handbook. There's that least
If it was already on
2 to 3
I've been on
pairs of everything on that
I want
list.
one.
I looked this up
You
before
haven't been on the
we,
boat that
but
we
when we were
sailed.
making characters
Sure.
to start with,
Okay.
those are 1,000 gold.
Yes, they are.
Oh.
So there are only 2 that you find amongst it, and they are in a ornate, beautiful box case with like.
There's 2 people that are gonna get those,
Okay.
and they're these 2.
Yes.
All right. So you 2 take a spyglass
It's
apiece,
fine.
which is
That
worth
makes sense.
1,000 gold. So
Out of spyglass.
the spyglasses are leathered with this red leather around. They're gold / copperish of color. They have an excellent magnification to them. They have a telltale sign. There's a telltale sign of they belong to. They're manufactured in the observatory of Bacana Landing, and the observatory carries a notable symbol of. It looks like a cloud mass with 3 stars amongst the cloud.
What
Amongst
was
the
their name
spyglass.
one more time?
What was that?
What was their name one more time?
Which one?
The cloud, the 3 stars.
There's 3 stars.
The observatory.
The observatory of Bacana Landing. Yeah. So that's the notice, and it's yeah. So there you have it.
See if you can see with your robot eyes.
Yeah. So as you guys peer in, quite easily, you still have to get close enough to shore. You do see that there's an occasional member here or there that is poking out to kind of that's kind of seeing which direction you guys are going. It does look like they're making attempts to hide.
They're scouts.
Do we see weapons or?
Anything that
Do they
would.
look armed?
Yeah. Do they look like?
Nothing. It's too far out, even with a spyglass, to be able to discern if they have anything on their person.
We should do some recon.
So then we should assume that they do.
Yeah, we're here now.
We should do some recon. See what we can find about them, and then report it back as soon as we get back.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright.
You guys then decide as a group to go back to Bastion.
Yeah.
No, I thought we were going to get
recon
closer.
first, or
You're gonna try to get
yeah,
closer.
just get a little bit
Yeah.
closer.
Yeah, we're going to
Oh
get
shoot.
closer.
Okay.
Yeah, I
So-
would rather know than
need-
have them out there while we're in the city.
I don't want to. It's 4 boats. Those 4 boats can make several trips.
Okay. So what's the plan?
We're gonna go try to figure out what the heck they're doing.
We're not
closer.
gonna like
Okay. With
beach the ship. But
so those with spyglasses make a perception check.
with advantage,
What was that? What was that?
with advantage because the spyglass is
No,
on.
just a lower DC.
24.
Okay.
18.
21.
Oh, both beautiful. You guys are able to see that there has been a camp that's been set up here.
There it is.
And they're on.
The far side of the island.
Okay,
They're
the-
on the far side. In fact, I can
okay.
actually point to you guys. Let me provide that.
That
right
would
now.
be awesome.
Bastion exists right there in that in that bay area.
Yeah,
We're on
yeah.
the south.
They're on the south side, just south of it.
Oh,
So we're-
okay.
So you guys were sailing upwards between the 2 continents. You guys are making it around here. What was
They're
that?
big enough to be
The islands, yeah. This is stretched in. There are 3 islands that are in between both Cassatrios and Cassatrix. And you guys are sailing back around to Bastion. You notice that they've actually set around here. They've actually set up camp.
Okay.
It looks like they've actually.
Got
It looks like they've set camp up here, and you can actually see not only have they set up camp. There's telltale signs now that you look at it that that trees have been chopped down for materials and wood and stuff. And
So
there's.
I
Yeah. Okay.
sorry. So I know there were rumors of refugees, right? And we just don't know whatever happened to them, so it could be them.
possibly.
So I'll relay that to you guys. But I still don't feel comfortable leaving people that we don't know,
Yeah. Just.
like without knowing. I would like to at least go
I would
try
like
to
to-
make contact.
I'd like to bring up a point. If we go check this out, we're leaving people we don't know in charge of our ships.
We need to go take the supplies first, and then we can travel back here. It'll take us maybe half the day.
At best, probably 2.
From the top.
from the top sailing around. Probably 2 days. It's a huge landmass, guys.
So it'll take
Several
us a
hundreds.
day to get to Bastion from where we are now, and then another day down.
Probably a day, maybe 2 at best, if the winds are not in your favor. So you can expect this to be as much as 2 days traveling around the island.
Okay. That's fine. I mean, if they've set up camp, I don't think they're going anywhere.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're on their way to Bastion.
Yeah, so we can go deliver the ship, and we'll come back afterwards.
Okay.
Recon.
So you guys go. You guys end up heading back home. You go to Bastion, and in your absence, it looks like whatever ships that were damaged on your way out through the initial attack have now created something of kind of a barrier. Have been put into like a very choppy blockade in the front of the ship, in the front of the bay where it opens up the mouth. There are several other mediocre, very, very poor, deterrents that have been put in place of the bay, should there be another attack to slow them down. But for the most part, the city tends to be on alert when they see any ship. They notice the telltale colors, the familiar colors, and the familiar, yes. And they, fuck you, Rowan. and you guys head into Bastion without issue as you're welcomed back. In fact, some of the denizens even like cheer on, or like there's a hoorah, you guys returning.
Oh, Cloud is so for that.
Yeah. So you guys are recognized.
Wait, those people are laughing, Cloud.
Yeah.
No, they're not laughing.
Deckhands swarm the ship and busy themselves, and you have able and very willing helpers who are here at your disposal. There are militia members at best who wear your father's signs, who board the ship and start asking questions. I'm sure the story is relayed on where this other ship has come from. But the other crew is led off board, and they're escorted to God knows where.
I'm gonna go with them.
Yeah, I would take them to go see my father. I want to go report immediately.
Immediately to your father? Okay.
I'm gonna stay with the ship.
What would you like to do with the ship, Cloud?
I don't know, just continue repairs, I guess.
So,
Okay, we
I
have
don't
people
really-
for that.
Yeah, but I don't. Cloud does not meddle in
Politics.
Mr. Rack's affairs.
yeah.
So, and I can tell he doesn't like me. So,
No, that's not true.
Cloud will stay with the ship.
Okay. You stay
Lady
with the
Cloud,
That's
Sergio could use your hands for something if you don't mind assisting for a bit.
Okay.
ship.
And this is where we're going to get morbid. I'm going to bring her to Cora.
Okay.
Oh.
You're brought aboard the Unmentionable, as everybody tends to this ship.
Okay.
They both unloading and offloading supplies. You are led to where Cora's kept. Would you like to describe her?
Cora is a 400-pound, 8-foot-tall juggernaut of a warforge. Who is
Okay.
technically dead.
Is it shiny?
Yes.
You see
She is just as shiny, but it's like a general, in an army, it'd be recognized as like a general. And you can telltale signs of Sergio's work on her. What? Okay, he has. You know what?
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, oh, paper, rock, scissors, shot.
Hey.
Hey.
You were saying?
Cloud
Anyway.
immediately climbs it.
Okay.
Oh. Is she laying down or is she standing up?
It's sitting.
Yeah, I don't care. I mean, it's not. She's very tall, so it's not like too much. But yeah, I immediately start to climb it.
You start to climb her, and it's this hulking, ominous-looking warforge, just this big,
I'm not
ordained
scared.
figure. Yes. But she looks to be powered down, dead, for all to morbidly put it. You're climbing a corpse.
I mean, that's fine. It won't be the last time, I'm sure.
This
Where-
is just
Somebody mark that down.
I climbed that corpse like a tree.
That's already stiff for you.
I said
Oh
that
my
in the
God,
first
Phil.
That is
thing
disgusting.
Did you? About, yeah.
Oh,
It was
God.
a totally different context, though.
Okay. Anyway.
So I'm just like loving it. I'm like rubbing on it, and I'm like, and I just say like, I just go, where did Sergio obtain this shiny?
This is Sergio's oh my god.
Yeah.
Because Lady Cloud, your speech is impairing me. I apologize. No, General Cora is my general, and once was my, I guess as normal mortals would put it, possibly significant other.
I immediately climb off.
I'm like, it's okay. I just need hands to adjust a few things.
Cloud would be happy to.
And I'm going to tinkering with it and doing, like daily repairs. I'm just going to pretty much show her, it's like, hold here while I tighten this. And
Okay, and I'm loving it
Okay.
for sure.
Make a tinkering. Do you have tinker's check? Okay, make a tinker's check for me, please.
Is that Dex or Int?
Intelligence, typically.
Yeah, typically intelligence.
15.
15. Okay. Repairs are coming along nicely, but still needs a lot of work. As you help with the ship, you're amazed. There are sparks. There are sparks. There are shiny things. There are things that sometimes glow for just half a second and then are powered back down. There might be life in her yet.
Okay.
It remains to be seen.
And I want to learn like everything I can about like the the actual tools, because they're like whatever is shiny, I want to know about that. So.
Well, that's what that'll be an entire conversation.
Yeah. That'll be our whole like time together.
What's this? It's an Allen wrench. Ooh, a Wayne wrench.
Pretty much. What is this? A file.
A filet.
Exactly.
Just like that.
Yeah.
What is this? Her brains.
Ooh, Brian's.
I'm just gonna have you write my dialogue.
The rest of you take to escorting your new prisoners, guests,
Yes.
to the tavern above.
Yeah, and if any of the like militia try to refer to them as prisoners, I will say like I will specify they are my guests,
You
and
do
they will
hear-
be treated as such.
There is one correction that has to be made as you hear one of the members go, "Move along," and poke with like a little dagger.
And
Move
I'll like
along,
I will
scum.
go and I'll like smack the dagger out of his head. No.
As he's a mere teenager boy, and your hulking hand, you see it, and he's like, "My knife!" As it goes into the water below.
Sorry, I don't know my own strengths sometimes. I'll get you another one.
Yeah, I'm not getting that back.
Okay, I'll get you another one. Actually, I'll pull a dagger out of my bandolier and just be like, here.
Oh, that's much nicer.
So I'll flip it over so that the sharp edge is in my
Here,
hand.
take this.
I'll hand him the hilt.
Lady Lorelithar, this is a bit pricey.
Keep it. I got plenty
No,
more.
I'm serious. The knife I had before was a sharpened butter knife. And
Why were you fighting with a sharpened butter knife?
what the fuck else do we have?
The prison was full of supplies. Have we not gone to it yet?
Blue says, "It seems you are all in bad ways."
I told you we're hurting a bit. I was honest. Anyways, I'll look back at the teenage boy and just be like, "These are my guests, and they will be treated as such.
Right, no poking.
No poking, unless it's consensual. But I don't expect that. I don't want to. No poking.
You're flailing.
I'm aware.
You see one of the 10 members who you notice just now has some feminine qualities to you, and you don't overlook the fact that it is in fact a woman. As she looks, you mentioned no poking until later. She looks over to the young man in question, winks at him, and would be. She looks like she could be cleaned up if not for a just rotted away smile. And she smiles one at the boy, and he goes back to just ushering them along.
Great.
So
pretty boy.
You guys are brought up the Rings district. It's busy. People are seeing that the city. This members of the city are seeing that you guys are bringing other outsiders in. People tend to themselves. Shops are getting cleaned up, and now the city is transitioned in such a way where Bastion is basically open for business, but with no wares to sell.
Not on red alert anymore.
That's it.
As we arrive at the end.
As you guys walk in, yeah, it's very actually cinematic as the music starts playing. So you guys walk in, and the tavern is busy. There isn't much drink to be had. People have a tankard of something, but they don't seem to be faring very well with it.
Watered down beer. It's like beer and water.
So you see your father. You see your father on the exit. As this has two entrances, it has the outside perimeter from the outside bay cliff area where the ships are. There's an entrance that if you were to climb up to the 3rd level, you can go through there, or you can enter from the Rings district inside. So it always has this kind of funnel openness to it. As he's standing off to the deck, looking over to the work below, he turns around. Daughter.
Hi, Dad. And I'll run over and I'll just give him a big ol' hug.
He hugs you with one beefy, meaty arm.
And I'll go digging through my pocket and I'll pull out the list of inventory that I made. I'll hand that to him.
This is an impressive haul.
Oh, wait, give it back. And I'll scribble, and 1 ship, and hand it back.
I've noticed. It's ugly. But
I've seen worse.
we'll take everything.
we got.
That is true. Each and every one of you has done a service to the city. Thank you. I'm most proud of you.
You guys just see Lola with this big old tusky grin.
Who are these?
I'm pretty sure she's blushing.
They're most of the crew from the ship. Tried to keep. We attempted to keep as little. We failed in keeping as little.
How many of theirs have you killed?
5?
No, we could. Yeah, 5.
5 out of 6. If they're bounty hunters or not bounty hunters, what's the word?
Sell swords.
Sell swords.
We gave them 3 chances. We tried to reason with them.
We gave them 3 chances.
I know that there's good in your heart and that you would not have slain these men had it not been absolutely necessary.
I'm really glad Cloud's not there right now.
I mean, I didn't want to. I didn't even do the talking. I let him do the talking. They insisted on fighting. So it really wasn't my fault that I cut that man in two.
And it seems like it's gone very well, Doctor.
Relatively.
Inimus, thank you for going along with us.
Not the problem.
Fuck it, right?
Yeah. Fuck it.
I heard that catchphrase somewhere before.
It's almost as if she said that last episode, but didn't really say it. So,
Maybe another life.
That might be why I'm sitting here all fucking confused about where the hell is this coming from.
Nice. I was referring to campaign 1.
Yeah.
So
This
So
should
what-
be enough to restock at least one of the stores.
that's an impressive list. And restock a store? I'm afraid not. Every bit of that will have to be put to use to tending to the city.
Well, you know better than I.
We're getting close. The city is now able to be what it once was, but it can't sell anything. So unfortunately, taking needs to be our trade.
Well, we have these guests. I'll kind of look over at them.
We said they could either join or be sent off to wherever they please.
And if any of them choose to go, they can spread the word. There's a toll in these waters now.
or spread the word that we're woefully low on supplies, men, and
maybe you
ships.
should stop saying that as well. They're right in front of us.
If they can't gather that themselves, they're no good to me.
They're not all bright.
So what is it that you people want? What would you have? So they look to each other and they seem to push Blue forward. If it's all the same to you, we don't care what way your city is conditioned in. We'd rather go back to Hawkins because that's where we were going to make our way, our fortunes.
Well, your name's Blue, correct?
It's Bravo. They call me Blue.
Bravo?
Bravo. Either one shall suffice.
How do the ships with all the gems and ore and such, where's that supply sent off to?
The supplies.
Not the supplies, but the gatherings.
Well, it's between two factions. There is Bikana Landing, the bank of the world, that wishes to capitalize on the fortune found at Marseille.
Mm-hmm.
And then there is a new party.
Okay. And how do they get to those places?
You mean how do they transfer the wares?
Yes.
The gems?
Yes.
The ships?
And what are we?
Damn fools if you think you're going to pirate one of those vessels.
I don't see myself as a fool for it. More of an entrepreneur.
They have ways of finding you, either side. One will make an example of you, of your bodies. One will make an example of your soul. Shut up, Blue, says another man.
Who are these people that are going to use an example of my soul?
Assuming you have one.
I do not.
No.
I do not have opinions of which way you want to go. For religion, I am of the opinion that the dragons will eventually conquer the world as they've had it before.
Shut up.
Certainly. Bravo says nothing further.
Well, so, what do you think, Dad?
We can't trust them. We can use them for work. They'll never return on us. They don't seem like they're the combative type, so we don't have to worry about them trying to knife us in our sleep. It would do no good.
Well, if they're not the combative type, wouldn't that mean that they're the type to stab you in your sleep?
They can certainly try.
You're asleep,
Us Hellstrokes are tough.
Alright.
We're immune to sleep stabs.
More true than you know.
So I look over at my dad and like wink. And it's super obvious.
So, they can be put to work here, forced if necessary, or go willingly, as he looks over to the collection.
I mean, I kind of go over and be like, but I told them they were free to do what they wanted.
Then it's your call. I'll let you decide, and your crew, what's to be done with these 10 members that you've inherited. But your supplies and your ship
Birthday.
are bastions. He
It's
says,
not my birthday. Is it my birthday? Mom, is it my birthday? I don't think it's my birthday.
no, it's not, says your mother. Heading for the leather.
I just starts twitching.
Yeah.
So what do you think, Doc?
Your father makes a good point. If we let these people go off to wherever they want, if they don't want to join us, then there's a likelihood that they could be taken advantage of. That they sell information off to someone, and then we're not dealing with blood anymore, and we're dealing with 6 or 7 other factions, and every other pirate that thinks they're smart enough and tough enough to come and take it.
Well then, they're free to do as they wish amongst these 3 options. They can either help us on the ship, or they can work here on the island, or we can kill them all.
Seems fair. It's up to them at that point.
Right, so I'll present the options to them.
So, so you see Provel is smiling. He's like actually has this sinister looking, very toothy, sharp grin as he's looking over to you guys, and he says, "Well, Provel seems to be the senior among the crew, so Provel will make the decision. We shall stay and help and make our way here."
I'm sure that once things start taking off, you'll be paid for your trouble.
We would be happy with shelter, food, and air to breathe.
We can do that.
I don't know if we can do the last one.
Why not?
Making a joke.
Oh, I was slapping in the back. that was good.
My goggles.
Well then, it's settled. Where to now?
Well, around the island to fight off the invaders that are making up camp.
Invaders?
We don't know if they're invaders
They're
just
most
yet.
likely invaders.
They might be refugees. And I will explain to him that we saw the ships and blah blah blah.
You go through
They're
the
fine.
details.
And I will say it is as exactly how I saw it. Because of King Mind.
Bring your crew to me. Gather your crew. And says to one of the militia members, put them to work on unloading the ship.
Can you give me an ink and quill?
We have some available.
I'll just
He says we have some available, and it looks like there's a fair bit on the ship. He's looking over the manifest once again.
write a quick letter, wrap it up, give it to Cornelius, and tell him go get the cat and the robot.
So it drops it, and like picks it up again, and then goes off. And you hear scarce.
So cute.
And he happens to have, as oral corgis do, kind of a fat butt that you're seeing like
Oh my god.
as he's going.
The little bread loaf butt.
And he will. We're near the top, right?
Yeah.
He's going to run and jump off the side, and a wing pack opens up on the back, and he just glides down.
So as you see that, like with this, like almost like this kind of mist sound, and then you see that the corgi starts to like actually just funnel downward, gliding its way.
I want one.
You look down below, and as this has caused a lot of people. Yeah, you see. It's going. It's funneling down. He actually lands. You hear him kind of make a. It's like he hits the deck a little too hard. He seems to be scratching at his ear, but he's not really reaching for his ear. He's reaching for something on his shoulder, and as he gets it, he tugs at something, and the wings retract back in. And
I need one.
And he starts making his way up the plank. You two, Sergio and Cloud, the familiar corgi.
Hello, small animal.
And like drops a letter, and it says you're requested upstairs back at the tavern to meet. Crew meeting. Cloud, the same thing as said.
Lady Cloud, apparently we are being summoned.
The whole crew.
I begrudgingly go.
As Cornelius looks at you.
I just like scoot away.
Yeah, inches closer.
Oh my god.
I take the puppy and push it away slowly.
As it starts to like bound off with its fat little butt going.
It's actually probably slower than that.
Yeah, yeah. It has a skitter in place, and occasionally it slides on the wood. Yeah.
Well, it looks like we have to finish this later, Lady Cloud. Shall we?
Okay.
You guys go above.
And I'm covered in oil and everything else right now. I was obviously working.
So you're led in, and there is a section of the tavern that you guys are that is put off just for you guys. Food is served. It's something of a it's whatever turnips were available topside mixed in a what seems to be kind of a fish broth that's provided. So it's very hearty, very carby, but it's good. It's actually decent. The spices are right.
Keep us going.
Yeah, as you guys are provided that. Ale is brought above from the ship that you guys had managed to take, and you guys are given a tankard of pieces. You guys sit down at a table. Your mother joins. And it's you five with Rock and Tilde. So?
Greetings, Master Rock. You have summoned.
This was successful, retrieving one of these ships, and it turned out better than I expected.
We got lucky.
Perhaps. Not only did all of you return alive, which is the most vital important thing. You've returned with a ship, 2 in fact, and some more hands. Whether they stay in the city remains to be seen. We are far from safe just now. I am told that you spotted what? Refugees?
It's possibly refugees, possibly enemies setting up a camp on the back line.
We want to investigate it and find out for certain.
It's either a week through the jungle or 2 days around the island.
Both can fare well enough.
But if we're not on that boat, going out looking for new recruits and supplies, then that means that there's going to be an extra 2 days on whatever our next supply run is. I'd recommend, if it's alright with any of you, that we get people out on those 2 ships, on those toll routes, and we go through the jungle.
Do we have enough people experienced in pirating to do that? Can we, I don't know.
Not enough to risk a ship. Unless we overload them with numbers of peasants.
And at that point, they're burning back bodies either way.
It's dangerous, and I wouldn't recommend it. You seem to be the only able crew available. The only fighters I have in the city really worth their salt.
Should we not be training more people?
That's a possibility.
And we have a militia, but they're children.
They're fighting with butter knives.
It's a sad state, yes.
There are plenty of weapons down in the prison.
They've ransacked whatever they could find.
And are the kobolds helping in any way, or are they just...
They're clearing out the tunnels. They're working on something. There's ominous signs that all point to Jassar's dealings with whatever is below. There have been creatures that have been spotted coming out of the walls. Strange beings.
Strange like giant scorpions, or strange like imps?
As large, but more alien than that.
Okay, so what do we deal with first? More supplies, the things coming through the walls, or this possible incursion?
I'm not comfortable leaving a camp in on our island who they may be getting stronger each day, they may be getting reinforcements.
Could be an outpost.
I'm not comfortable leaving them there without knowing why they're there.
And we can do that, and then after we're done, load back on the boat, go back out to sea.
Make another supply run.
If it turns out to be nothing, or they've moved since then you can just go back to the ocean and to the sea and hopefully make the same success.
We'll certainly try.
Either way, we're dealing with 4 boats of troops or whatever else is there. Is there anything that can be spared to send out with us?
They weren't even. They weren't even warships of any kind. They were leisure vessels.
They weren't leisure vessels, they were the size of leisure vessels. That could be
It could be anything.
10 men with crossbows on each boat.
It would benefit us to at least know why they're there.
Absolutely, and I'm not saying we shouldn't. What I'm saying is let's not go in thinking, oh, we have to fight for everything.
Well, no, of course not.
It's just that's what it kind of sounds like.
Prepare for the worst scenario.
They may be refugees, and if that's the case, then we'll offer them the same options. They can stay and try to make a life here and help us rebuild. And if they are, in fact, an incursion, then we'll completely and totally destroy them.
Is there anything that the 5 of you have been able to see as far as a resistance?
It looks more of an outpost. I have seen them cutting trees felled.
Did you get a good look at the numbers?
Only that they were hiding.
They were hiding.
It's dangerous, but it's worth scouting, and it might be our most immediate threat.
There is one other,
That is,
and I tell him about what the conversation that I overheard while we were still on the boat.
Oh, that thing.
And I'll give the specifics.
this. I'm familiar with this other group.
Who are they?
Family? Who are they?
They hail from a city of Purefort to the north. Although I'm told they don't exactly align with the religious fanaticism of Purefort. Ah, music.
Mom's going hard on
That
the flute.
piccolo player is really.
She's practicing and she's trying to break a wine glass. She's like, I know we only have like 5 on the entire island, but fuck it, I have to practice.
Are you gonna eat that? Asking your character.
Warforges don't eat.
They don't need to.
Cloud, I don't know if you want to be a stereotype, but it's got a fish broth, so it's very tasty. Turnips. And a fish
Oh, it
broth.
does have turnips though.
Yeah.
I mean, I finished mine.
Yeah.
No, if the doctor asks,
Yeah.
I'll
I'll split it with her.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm so happy.
Oh, there's a fish head in it. Here, catch.
Yeah.
Oh, I
there
catch
is
it.
in fact. There is a
Can
fish
I-
head. Can
Do I have to roll for it to catch it?
You want fuck it? Yeah, go for it.
and
Right, turn
I'm
around.
assisting by throwing
Okay,
it to
so
her.
with advantage, as you're getting some help,
And what would this be?
just athletics.
Dex saving throw.
Or sleight of hand, whatever's hard.
Sleight of hand?
She's trying to catch it with her mouth?
Yeah. Well, are you trying to just catch it
Sleight
with
of
your
mouth.
I'm trying to catch it with my mouth.
Just make.
That's a dex.
No, just make a standard dex check. Yeah. I'd
Dex?
say. Yeah.
Okay, well that's 15 on the die. So
Nice,
my
okay,
dex
that's
is
well
like
enough.
plus.
So as it's
It was like a
Craziness.
5d.
So as it's chucked up into the air, you're actually able to like snap up, and with a quick snap, like you have a full fish head in your a tasty.
That was a non-natural
well-herb-
20, by the way.
Nice. You have a well-herbed fish head, and you're able to, with the spine still sticking at the end, you're able to just pick it out, just take off the meat. And so yeah,
I
you're
have
happy and
no
content.
manners, by the way. Like
That's
I'm
all right.
straight up pirate, like smacking and slurping
Yeah.
and.
So I will give her a high five and then be like, right. So this family, Pure Point.
And I'm just like,
This is not of Purefort, but of a neighboring city to the south. It's a swampy, interesting area, the den of thieves in itself. The city is named Langriche. So, the family in question, I've seen a few of their traders before, is by the name of Sanlon.
How do you spell that?
it's the name of what?
Sanlon.
Oh.
Sanglou?
It's spelled. Sanlon is spelled. Bear with me. There's two other people should be able to pull this up right away as well.
Sanglaunt?
Let me get it for you. The actual spelling. I have it right. Yep, you have it right. Oh, no, Sanglaunt. Yes, you're right.
That's what I said.
Yeah, what I said.
I read it off of something there.
And who's that?
San.
Or what is that?
It's a crime family.
It is. It's a very dangerous crime family. Since they have a syndicate or a crime family, they've been known to traffic in very scary things. They are
What color is their flag?
They carry red and black. It's often mistaken with that of Alzerak.
I know who our sellswords worked for. The people that had the red and black flag.
Sunwell.
They worked for the family. Oh. So how big of a crime family are we talking? Are we talking like a, hey, we run this little shop and we sell, black market goods out of the back of our truck? Or are we talking like I own a politician?
The father of the same name has a mob with him, a number of loyal cutthroats. They're a very dangerous family, ruthless, violent, very wicked. Says they've rumored to do a number of heinous, torturous things. And they traffic with all sorts of the seedy underbelly of the world. There are even portions in this city that have not wanted to have any dealings with them.
And how do you know their name?
I've met Mr. Sundwell himself. I didn't care for him.
In what context would you have met with him?
It's a pirating city. When we're smack dab in the middle between us and them, we're in the middle of Hawkins and Langriche. This is a logical stop and destination.
Did Blood ever have anything to do with him either?
I wouldn't say so.
Since we're talking about right bastards. Blood, the leader
Oh,
of
right. Warlord Blood.
What I assume is to be the leader of Alzerhawk.
Would I know if Warlord Blood had any kind of relationship with?
It's too broad to say. I mean, but Blood is an evil individual himself. Chances are he's trafficked with a few very, very shady individuals. It would make sense if it was confirmed, but you can't say one or the other.
I cannot say for sure, but more than likely.
Well,
We'll keep
I'm
on our
glad to
toes.
see that they stick with their own kind.
It's important, says that Senglong not know that we've stolen supplies that were supposed to be his.
Well,
may-
those people were part of.
might be a liability.
So we spread the word that the ship sank. Lost at sea. No idea what happened with it.
Except we still have it.
Well,
Repaint it.
yeah.
Change the name.
We change ship and change flags.
That might do for now. But
Rename it Cloud.
I like it.
It is pretty name.
would you like this stolen ship to be named Cloud?
I have no objections.
You won't hear any from me.
And
I'm doing the Puss in Boots thing to Rock.
that is yours. The ship is Cloud.
I just immediately start purring like really loudly.
Just know that now both you and the ship are cursed.
What?
It's too late, no takesies, backsies.
Cloud is pirate. Cloud does not believe in curses.
Pirates are very superstitious.
That's true.
So,
Sailors in general.
there might come the time where we have to form something of a cartel ourselves.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
We're going to be dealing with a number of neighboring nations that are going to take advantage of the absence of power here.
There was something I didn't tell in our little story.
What's
What?
that?
How me and Cloud found something. In the locked chest, in a locked...
Who do you have it?
I do have it. I wasn't able to immediately tell what it was, but it might help us get on our feet. It's an 8th level spell scroll.
I'm afraid that means nothing.
My mother would know, probably.
So she says, do you have it on you?
Yes, I do.
So she looks it over.
We could sell this. Doesn't matter what the spell is, for a lot of money.
She says, as she begins, you see her face go flush. She says, the scroll itself is useless.
It's useless, but the information
Is priceless. This is a spell that will control. It's specifically to dominate the will of any monster, but that's a very broad term. That's what I can gather. It's very advanced stuff.
I know people in Magespire that would pay a very pretty penny for that.
I'm afraid, Magespire, what continent would that be in?
What was it called?
Ilendel.
Ilendel.
Yeah. It's very far.
It's far, but this is how much gold we're talking? Tens of thousands?
If that. At the very least.
Would it be possible to
You could buy a ship
make
with
more
this.
than one?
You-
Can
I couldn't. Listen. I'm an arcanist. I'm great at what I do. That, I will never be able to make.
There are things that you can do with this. You could buy a ship. Maybe even two.
Or we could buy enough supplies to get Bastion up and running again.
You could buy men. Says Rock.
If that's what we need.
You could buy capable sailors and soldiers.
We just need to make sure it gets to the right people so they don't use it against us.
There's only one place. There's the closest place that'd be able to take it off your hands and have any use for it, and that would be Portus.
Remind me?
Portus, as I pull up that. Portus is a city that is well known and versed for having, basically they've made for the past few decades a business of stealing children and raising them to be soldiers from neighboring
That's right.
from neighboring towns and villages. Very much what happened right after the War of Fire some 30 years ago. So they're known for that.
The city of child slavery.
city of soldiers for now. Since we could trade that in for a small group of men, able-bodied fighters.
Is that true?
We could sell it. There's a number of individuals that we could sell it to, who the information might be able to fetch them a better price, but they might be able to give us something in the meantime.
It's your call. This is a leader decision. This is going to affect the whole capital.
We need to see what we have first. We need to deal with the most immediate threats. And it seems to be that this raiding group seems to be it.
Well, then to the south. We can leave the scroll here with my mother, and
Well, it'll be safe.
you can decide what to do with it in the meantime.
Admiral Lord Lassar has a nice ring to it. So,
I like it.
or Commodore for a
Com-
fleet.
Com-
Commodore for a fleet. So, Rock says, so what is it to be? Do you sail around the quickest? Do you lead a distraction and go through the jungles?
We can take one ship with us, and we can leave another.
To defend the city or to
If
be
need be.
repaired?
It's true.
I don't think we have enough crew to man both at the moment.
Also true. And hopefully, if this is refugees, we can just recruit them into helping us.
Best case scenario.
There's one question I have. It can wait.
No. Out with it.
Unless it's private.
I'm gonna look to Orisar's mother, whose name escapes Rylan.
Matilda, or Tildy.
Tildy. What is in the fucking attic?
What attic?
You see her grow grave in expression, and as she looks over to Rock, and Rock looks over her, they match eyes. And Rock answers, none of your concern.
It's my fucking house.
That you squatted in.
It's my fucking house.
That you took possession as is, Doctor.
Is it just like black mold? Is it a fucking portal to the underworld?
Is there a portal?
It's watchers. Occasional denizens of the island that carry information for us. And it's on a need-to-know basis.
I need to know. It's my house.
How did they get in?
They were welcomed.
They were already there.
They were welcomed. Lady Joy knew of it before you. You know of it now. At least their presence, and that's it.
Watchers.
Precisely.
It's a watcher. What's a watcher?
Would I know what a watcher is?
They watch over the islands. It's not their title. They have no title. Do not take it so literal. They're guests. Friends, he says, looking over to Tildy.
From this world?
Yes. Nothing alien. You're prying into too much, Doctor, and you run the risk of having your new home taken from you if it's too much to ask for you to leave the attic alone.
Well, I mean, it sounds very interesting, and I'm sure we can come back to this conversation later when we're done
Put a
dealing
pin in
with the
it.
refugees. Yes, Doc?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, right?
All right.
All right. Well then, I'm glad that's all settled.
So what do we do about the other crew?
My father can put them to work, or do the sword if he feels that to be necessary.
We'll see what comes of it. I may just make an example out of one of them, but for now it seems safe. They seem harmless.
Mostly.
Toward the camera fund.
Holy shit! Papa Dragon with a $50 donation. And as it suggests towards the camera from Papa Dragon, thank you so much.
We love you.
That means a
So
lot. If you haven't looked at the actual descriptions for the it buys stuff. It buys perks. So let me know when you look at the donation thing below. Tell me what you want to purchase for everybody.
I'll take 5 inspiration dice.
Yeah, I'll, yeah.
But just let us know in chat what you want to do. But having said that, you guys now rest, prepare. Does anyone do anything of note? Cloud?
We're going by foot, right? To the-
No, we're taking the
No,
ship.
we're
taking the ship. Sweet. All right.
Even though you guys have just left, you guys will be heading back.
Yeah, I'm back on the ship, man. As fast as I can.
Are we going right now, or do we have a day to
You guys have as much time
Well,
is of the
it's
essence.
nighttime,
It's stressed, but you guys can leave immediately. You guys can.
The
It's
ship is
daytime
full
by the
and
time.
loaded.
It would probably
The ship is in good condition and can leave right away.
Yeah, it would probably be a better idea for us to just go.
Well,
Get this
especially
taken
if
care
it's
Was there
nighttime.
something you want to
I
do?
just have one errand I need to do. It'll take me an hour at most.
Okay. I'm sure we have an hour to spare.
Okay. Well,
What time of day is it?
It's day. It's midday. It's,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I thought
What
it was
time
nighttime.
exactly?
What time is it? It's 1:32.
1:32 p.m.
Yeah.
so we'll
And
let
37 seconds.
the crew know to prepare the ship.
39.
40.
Get ready to go.
Restock the foods.
Okay.
I'll help get the ship ready.
Okay. So you tend to the crew.
Anything you need help with, Doc?
I'm gonna see if I can get a little bit more research on these bogey bandages.
Okay. That's what you're gonna do in your time.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that, and if there's any time extra, I'm gonna. I didn't find any herbs when I.
No, you find cooking spices, nothing of note.
Then-
Which can go for a pretty penny.
I was going to plant those
Okay.
so that I could have something growing.
Unfortunately, they're all prepackaged. They're prepackaged and bottled and whatnot. So
Okay.
good fine herbs. They go for a few like a couple silver at in some of them. You know, so you hold on to them. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay.
I would like to tell my dad about that last guy and what happened with him.
What one last? Oh.
So I may or may not. So let me ask. So hypothetically speaking, if I had cut a whole guy in half,
I would not believe you, but I would be so intrigued. Daughter, I demand you tell me more of this cutting a man in half.
so
Cleft him and
you know I have some anger management issues, and I've been working on them. And I tried everything, Dad. I tried counting to 10. I tried breathing exercises, but they just wouldn't give up. And so I cut him in half. But I may have had some help.
Your friends and allies were there to assist you.
No. I mean, there were, I could have sworn there were hands helping me bring the axe down on him. Spectral looking hands for a split second, I swear they were there.
He stands up with you. He stands up and holds out his hand. His big catcher's mitt hand.
I'll take it.
So he takes it and guides you to the back office, where he sits you down at the front of the desk, takes a seat, and the chair creaks awful with his giant weight, even though it's been built to someone his size. And he takes out that black cask, which seems that it's already been punctured and it's ready to go, and he pours you one serving.
You know, I've only got an hour before I leave. I'll take it.
And he pours himself one.
It's about that time, huh?
Ask me one question.
Just one.
Just one.
What's your question?
The whoops.
What was it? You seem to know. You seem to have known.
Your family.
Ooh.
And it's fucking smooth. It's so smooth. It like you actually sip it and you actually have this moment where like fuck as you're sipping this like it is a bourbon, not overly sweet, and it just flows and it's the beautiful note. It is the most renowned stuff you've ever tasted in your life.
Right. So, but that's amazing. My family. I don't understand.
Ours
Well, I mean,
is a violent line. We come from a long history of raiders, conquerors. We've known nothing but battle and violence. We've had enemies surround us, and we've had to become very vicious. The beastmen, the dwarves, the dead.
I remember
fanatics.
the bedtime stories used to tell me of all of your adventures. Yeah, that.
Some of the family would have preferred to have stayed conquerors, and some turned a new leaf. This did not go over well, and we're going to be a few drinks in the next time I tell you, or it's come up, of what's happened. I cannot say for certain that what you are seeing is the actual spirits of your ancestors, but what I can say is that if they're living memories or spirits, I might be the reason as to why they are cursed to relive everything that's happened.
Well, that's just awful.
And then you will have to ask yourself, as I'm going to ask myself, was it you cleffing a man in twain? Or was it something I had done before? And they've just put on a show.
Right. Well, this makes literally no sense to me at all. But this is fantastic. So thanks for that, Dad. I gotta go. I'm gonna go give him a hug and be like, what the actual fuck? And I'll go hang out with everybody else. Or meet everybody else and shit.
Let's go on a break. So,
Break.
bear with
Yay.
us one good second, guys.
We'll be
gonna-
back in like 10 minutes.
in 10 minutes.
And we will make sure we let you know in chat when we are back.
So don't go anywhere. Stay put. Thank you, Papa Dragon, for the
We love
generous
you.
donation.
Juice is amazing.
Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be back very, very soon, and we'll let you know. So 10 minutes. See you
Thanks,
soon.
guys.
There's no turning back. Pop it, twist it, turn it, shake it. Oh.
Yes, I suppose. So, welcome back, guys. Wait,
We don't need to know more about your love life, okay?
Are we
That's
back?
yeah. So yes, we're back. We're back. Sit down.
Yes.
Sit down. You were about to walk to the kitchen. You're like, I still have some time. You don't. Sit down. Welcome. What happened? So,
We just got back.
we just got back. Our heroes have returned back to Bastion. They have dropped off their brand new spanking ship, which has been renamed Cloud.
What was its name before?
Nobody cares.
We care.
Sprouts Monkey.
Nice.
Sprouts monkey.
Writing that down.
I
Fucking
gotta
it's canon.
I gotta help you with your improv.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah, this is good.
Yes,
So,
I am. Yes, I am.
You're like, what was it? Okay, what was the name of the third king? That one city in the other continent. You wouldn't do that.
What city?
Don't worry about it. So, welcome back, guys. Our crew.
Oh, sorry, I do have one quick question.
Go for it.
Shit. Did that belong to someone? Or
Yeah.
Oh no, did the ship belong to them, or was the cargo theirs?
Make a investigation check.
I will assist because I want to know too.
Yeah, with
I'll
advantage.
assist.
Yeah.
I'll assist.
I do, but I'm assisting you.
Fuck. Oh, that's not bad. That's 17.
You're welcome.
Yep, you're able to find the ship's manifest, more
Look at
information on the ship. It was not, it did not belong to Senelon himself. It was chartered out. It was just supposed to turn supplies to some of his miners that are set up in Hawkins.
He's not getting his deposit back on that.
Yeah. So he may be a man that doesn't need it. So, but he is. His crew has. This was supposed to supply some of the mining operations, the newfound mining operations that were supposed to be taking place in the city of Hawkins. So.
I wonder what this already rich dude wants with a mining operation.
Maybe that's how he's rich.
Or maybe he's looking for something.
We'll never know.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Yeah. If only there was.
Next campaign.
Yeah, if only there was another campaign that's going to explore those very questions. Anyway.
Never know.
So.
Never know.
So you.
The 6 people were our character. We're the characters.
Plot twist. Anyway.
That's the last episode.
So
Like
inside
Sopranos.
jokes. Let's get back on the topic. You guys decide to actually set up, basically take to the seas again, very, very quickly. You guys are leaving right away, I imagine, not with no wait time, no downtime. No
Well,
nothing.
Well,
I did
about
an hour
an
to
hour.
Well,
research.
we did the hour.
And however long it takes us to resupply the ship with
Okay.
things that we need.
But basically, yeah. Like as soon as everything's ready and on the ship and everyone's ready to go, we're
And I can do the rest of my research on the ship.
so like tops 2 hours.
Okay. So you guys are, tending to the ship. You're doing your thing. Tops 2 hours. Nothing else of note happens before you guys leave.
Nope.
I would like to find, what's the gnome's name again? The actual
Cornelius.
There's Cornelius and
Yeah.
Cornelius.
Mine was around first.
Cornelius, yes sir. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
He's a gnome.
Yeah,
So
okay, that's what.
yes sir is like.
I will actually go try to find him.
Yeah. So he's actually by the deck, by the dock, and he's looking at to the other ships, the other ship, and he says, "Well, it seems that you found yourself another pair there. It's gonna make it a wonderful addition to Bastion. I'll tell you what."
How's the demolition coming, Mr. Yes, sir?
Oh, we've been able to make quite a big dent into Lady Diamond's domicile. It's in a ruinous state, I'll tell you that. And a lot of its supplies we've been able to say. It wasn't as promising as we would have liked. You see, the men were told to demolish a building, and they got a little ambitious. Some of it they took personal onto the poor domicile itself, and it seems that, don't you know, a lot of the materials was lost in the exchange.
How much metal?
It up.
Metal, a fair amount. Maybe some to make a guard railing and whatnot. Nothing to write home about, but I've got some designs and some hope here on the horizon.
Because if Lady Inibus decides to ram more ships, we are going to need to reinforce the hull.
Oh, that explains that big dent there.
Yes,
It's scuffed of the paint, to say the least.
What did you do?
It was him.
So
He said "fuck it" and went.
And ran the ship.
I
into
really
the
need to watch
No, I
last
didn't.
week's episode.
I know what it
It's
is.
fun.
So yeah, but we'll be able to make up some setups, some defenses, some minor things. It wasn't exactly up to snuff as much as I'd like, but it's too soon.
What are you guys
Cut it
doing
out, guys.
there?
Fucking
Oh.
down.
Stop, I'm sorry.
Okay, bring it in. Role
Let's
playing
do it.
here.
That's what I was doing.
Yeah, so, centered on to Sergio. So he says, we were able to scout. Well, I bet we can go
Oh
through
my
with
God.
some of our designs, but we're. I'm sorry the game's boring for you. You have to watch ads.
watching
There are
our
ads
show.
on Twitch, okay?
But
So-
you
You're
don't
not
have
subscribed?
ads. You don't have ads if
Huh?
you subscribe
Yeah.
to the
So
channel.
subscribe.
I know. I fucking know. Okay, I'll do it.
Fucking pyramid scheme.
Anyway, so he finishes up his rant and says, but we'll be able to save up, but it seems like you're already embarking onto another adventure.
Correct. Possibly in surrogates.
Insurgents, you say there?
Close enough.
Oh well.
Insurgents, refugees, one of the others. We'll find out soon enough.
Oh well, that's a terrible bit of news there. But I'll be able to make those bad things roar out our disagreement should we find any other would-be invaders.
Good. Anyway, so, and I believe Rock said, as I said, Master Rock, if we do not have enough supplies for Lady Diamond's house, there are other mansions we can use.
Yeah. There's been another mansion that's been quite ransacked. In fact, just about every single one of them. They've taken light. A lot of them have taken furniture onto themselves. Hear tell of a man that had started this trend, chucking off some furniture off of one of the major households.
Yes, that would be Dr. Jocks.
Oh, was that the gentleman in question? Well, he did it to Lady Joy's house, who has a bit of renown to her name, and as a result, it's kind of rippled, so to speak, if I could use a water terminology there to say what's happened to the other domiciles.
I'm going to lose this house in the most spectacular way.
But others have followed suit, and I have to say, on my part, I've never seen Bastian look so classy. If I have to say,
It looks so classy.
A lot of squatters there and a lot of domiciles in the Rings district, somewhere in the slums, have quite looked up the charming part, if I do say so myself.
I just imagine Pirates of the Caribbean, where the two pirates go out in the rowboat. They're dressed as ladies.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
Well, still, if we're able to, use the major supplies from the houses themselves,
we'll see what we can do,
including walls, iron railings, pillars,
yep,
everything.
Oh, I have some designs. Not exactly some of it material, some of it arcane, but we've got some good things going on here. But I can't wait to share that with you, Mr. Sergio.
All right, Mr. Yes, sir. I shall talk to you when I return.
Yeah. So
see you. I'm guessing about a week.
I'd shake your hand, but I'm worried about losing it. So, well, just be gentle there. Oh, well, they're not pleasant. Well, safe travels out there.
Take care, Mr. Cornelius, and have a good day.
No, I intend to.
And remember, if the squatters are a problem and we desperately need supplies, talk to Master Rock. I'm quite sure it will be handled.
Oh, well, yeah, he seems to rule with an iron fist there.
It's needed at this time.
So to speak.
And I'll turn around and I'll board the ship.
So you guys turn around. The ship is docked. You guys are resupplied, and this was the shortest visit onto land. And it's foreshadowing of things to come, and that you might find yourself seeing dry land a lot rarer nowadays, now that this is the life that you've taken. You guys head out to the waters and you take out. Is there anything that you guys wish to do? Yes?
How did my research go in trying to figure out how to make these bandages?
Make another medicine check for me.
Medicine check. That is 15.
Okay. Now
that I have my
now
lab
that you're actually starting to set up your lab and whatnot, you're able to dissect and kind of run some tests. Okay, you have a ballpark.
Okay.
You have a ballpark of what they were going for and what they were trying to attain. So it might be.
Well, actually, would this be an alchemist check? Because I'm trying to figure out the chemical.
Certainly.
Okay. And that's 20.
Yeah.
Whoa.
You fare a lot better. You fare a lot better. You're able to see now where they're going with this, chemically speaking, and how it can be replicated. But it still needs a lot more tests.
And I don't have the resources for this.
Exactly. So this will take some resources. This will actually take some coin to actually spend into experimentation.
But I have 15 gold right now, so I can't.
Oh.
Yeah.
So. There was coin aboard on this endeavor, but it's probably been brought to the city.
I'm gonna just another letter to Rock.
Yeah.
Just saying, hey, going forward, this time it was free, but we're gonna start to need a percentage of the take
Okay.
to fund going out into the waters ourselves.
Okay. So
He'll run up, deliver the letter. Fly back.
yeah. So as he flies back down, you guys see you hear a bark, and then a as you see this little corgi on a small backpack hang glider just go funneling down towards the deck as it again makes a hard landing, like rights himself, paws at one of the straps on his bag, and then the glider folds back into the deck. So as he's
How much to make me one of those?
I can give you a ballpark, maybe 100 gold.
so as Cornelius comes back above deck, he returns a letter. It's written by Rock's hand. Actually, it's written. It seems to have been started by what's seemingly Rock's hand, and then
Listen here, you fuck.
it seems to. Well, there's something that's a dead giveaway. He begins to write something. He writes only like 2 words, but it's in horrendous handwriting, and it's actually horribly misspelled. To which then it's scribbled out, and then there is finer penmanship that's put into place that says, if this is either Lord Lassar or you asking Doctor, either way the answer is yes.
I don't
So-
know why they had to make that stipulation.
I think my mom likes you.
Nobody likes me.
I like you.
You're lying to yourself.
You guys head back out.
I'm now just trying to figure this out.
So for the sake of brevity, you guys are out without issue. You guys head out to the waters themselves. It's beautiful around. There's the lush green of the island itself, very, very thick jungles inland, huge grass plains onto the sides. You see all sorts of manner of sea life about, some very questionable and perhaps nefarious, but no time to explore that. As you see individuals, sometimes occasionally your eyes maybe even catch humanoid shapes into the water, but make no mind of it.
Spooky.
It's spooky, yeah, to say the least. You do actually see off to the horizon occasionally larger sea life, including even the sighting of a whale that splashes up with a much smaller whale in tow as they splash and turn.
Little baby, she says.
It's a little
That baby's the
baby
size of a
whale.
sedan.
It's a little.
So,
It's a little whale.
oh, it's a whale, fella. So you guys, okay? So you guys are going to. You guys head out. Is there anything that's happened or anything that of note that you guys want to accomplish while out on the waters?
Nothing I can think of.
I'm just up on the crow's nest with my spyglass.
I'm gonna prep some spells.
That's your new job.
And I'm just keeping an eye out for when we get closer.
Okay.
Maybe prepping a little dinghy.
Okay.
Yeah. Do we want to maybe dock the ship
A little
further from where they are?
Well, we can't. We're not gonna park it right next to the beach. We're gonna park a little bit ways out
Well,
and
yeah.
ride the boat up.
But do we want to do that maybe a little further north and then make our way to them by land so that they're not just people are coming at us by water and run into the
I
forest?
think we can. Yeah, let's save that.
Yeah.
That
So
might be the best bet.
So a mile or two up around the curve where they won't be able to see the ship. We're gonna dock it about
Like anchor.
Yeah, anchor. That's the word. We'll anchor it and then we'll make our way by
Okay.
land.
We'll take a dinghy and go to shore.
You guys, without issue or incident, will travel the 2 days around the island and make it to the outskirts of where they were spotted. you see as this is happening, it seems like whatever was there present is actually starting to break down. It looks like they're actually starting to make, you see multiple hands letting out supplies and trying to usher supplies onto deck. As you see that they're trying to, it seems like they're trying to embark.
So
Take the boat. Let's. Okay, so we're still technically on the boat, the big boat.
Yeah.
Let's take it around. Stop them.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys are going to attempt to stop them?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll fly. I don't know. Whatever flag says we're not trying to kill you.
White flag.
That one.
White flag, okay. It's not returned as they're trying to attend to their ship. A number of them will actually, you see, taking about the perimeters of the ship themselves. It looks like they're arming themselves for defense.
Okay. Quick question. How many boats are there?
4 keelboats.
And how much space do they take up?
Keelboats themselves?
Yeah.
Probably not that much. Keelboats. I'll tell you right now.
Mile long.
They're humongous. No. Thought I had it pulled up. Bear with me, guys. So keelboats are rather small. They only move about 1 mile per hour. They can be manned by a crew of 1. They can hold up to 6 passengers. These look like
So they're dinghies.
They're sailing boats. They're like leisure sailing boats, but they look like they have been packed with as many. They look like they've been overpacked with people.
Okay.
You
I
see
will
all sorts of
use-
netting and debris that's been hunkered off to the side.
I will use thaumaturgy to make
Okay.
my voice really, really loud so they can hear me. And in Infernal, I'm going to tell them, we are coming to find out who you are and what you want, not to hurt you. And I'm going to continuously repeat that phrase
This
until
message
we get...
will repeat for 3 seconds.
Make a persuasion check.
Message
Let's
2.
see here. Un momento, por favor, and then I can tell you what I rolled.
What-
Persuasion?
What
Yes.
Ooh, that's
She's
one of
doing
my
it.
good ones. 23.
23. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair. You use a much bigger dice next time.
I like my little die.
I know it's so you 23 you said?
Yeah.
Okay. They haven't moved from their position, but they seem to be kind of like, they don't seem to be moving with a hurry. They're just staying still.
Okay, so they understood me. Awesome sauce. Can I see if they're tieflings?
You do see a number of them through the spyglass. And some of them are tieflings. Actually, about half.
Okay,
Tell them we're friends.
so in same language, thaumaturgy.
Okay.
We're friendly.
We are friends to anyone that is not trying to cause an incursion on the island.
No response, but they're not moving.
We are going to keep getting closer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At a certain point, Captain, if we go any closer, we risk running aground.
We will be coming to you in little boats. We will be to you momentarily.
What do you guys do?
Let's prep the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go into one of those.
You guys prep a boat? You prep the rowboats? Okay.
Yep.
You do have, we didn't cover this, but you do have the normal crew of 10 with you guys to basically manage
Like
the
10
ship.
plus us, or
10
Yeah.
plus
or
you.
10 total.
No,
Plus
10
us.
Okay,
plus
okay,
you.
okay.
Yeah.
It takes about 10 minutes to run with it.
Yeah. So the crew will stay behind.
Oh, and
if
I've
you
got
guys
my
need-
hood pulled up. If there's tieflings, I've got my hood pulled up, so they
Okay.
can't see my face.
All right.
All
The
they
horns
can see
are a
is
dead
all
giveaway.
they all they can see is the horns, and that's
Yeah.
fine. But I don't want them to see my skin color.
Okay. As they,
There's a reason for it.
I know.
so you board a rowboat. You
All of
guys-
us on one?
It's up to you.
I think we can all fit on
We,
one.
Yeah,
I was gonna say we can all fit on one.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's
Lorla
okay.
just goes in and just
Sergio,
like,
though, like
yeah, some of you guys
Is
are
this better?
really.
I was gonna say some of us
yeah.
aren't really like you're pretty
Thank
heavy,
you.
aren't you?
Here, you
No?
walk across the body.
I think I'm the shortest member in this group.
No, I mean heavy. Are you
200
like?
pounds. Literally, it's me.
He's mostly made of wood. Like there's the big
Right,
warforged, and
right.
there's
I'm a mixture of wood and metal.
Okay,
Okay.
so can all of us fit on that?
yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
but it'll be a slow ride. It's because like a lot
Okay,
of
we'll
you
take
are
the
heavy.
2.
We'll take 2.
Because
Who's-
3 of you guys are like close to 7 feet tall.
I was
2
gonna
of you
say,
guys are
I'm-
like at least close to 300, if not more.
Yeah, I'm like 6. I'm really tall and really
Yeah.
big.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is Lord of Sar, you in one boat, and me and you in another boat.
Yep,
There you go.
I'll row.
Okay. So
Not
Merrily. Wait till you hear the screams.
so is
And
there?
I would prefer if our boat were a little further ahead of theirs, just because I can speak the language,
Mhm.
and they'll see that I'm a tiefling, and,
Yeah.
and possibly a little bit of trust starting there.
They start to some of them are on the ship. Some of them have started to go onto to the beach side. They're carrying bows with them, short bows. Some of them.
I'm
Some of
going
them have weapons out.
completely unarmed.
Yeah. And one of the men steps forward. So.
How close are we now
Yeah.
to them?
Our boat would have probably already hit land because we were just a little bit ahead of you guys.
So are we like gonna walk towards them or?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you'll
Yeah.
probably
Dock just a
go
little
ashore.
bit, yeah.
Okay.
Go ashore a little
I'll
bit.
tie up the rowboats.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, stake them into the ground or whatnot. Or you guys can actually just carry them onto the land and so they stay beached.
Okay.
Collectively, you all have the strength to do so. As they start to, one man steps forward. You see that there's a tiefling gentleman. He has a red face. It goes in kind of like it almost goes in kind of like a teardrop, but the pointed side down.
Okay.
Kind of face. Very sunken in cheeks.
Seagulls
That
are
is
going
really
wild.
Yeah.
Dude, those seagulls are
Did you bring the fish heads with you?
So maybe she's such a so as the gentleman, he's like I said, narrow face down to a very, very sharp pointed chin with a very and it doesn't help his case, very elongated, like very dark goatee.
Can it be a
Just
Jafar
imagine
goatee?
the-
where
It
like
is.
curls
It is a
under?
Jafar goatee.
I don't know
sure.
why I'm just
It's a-
imagining the devil from Futurama.
Yes.
Oh my god!
he
Yes.
kind of looks that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
He carries that with actually a mustache.
Brutal, even for me.
Yeah. He very thin mustache that points down like two daggers.
Oh, it's the devil from Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah.
And
He
Is
has
he wearing
his-
thigh-high leather boots?
He can, sure. Why don't you guys describe what he looks like at this point?
So he has hips that he would make J-Lo jealous.
yeah.
No, he's thin of stature, but he's got a full head, a very slick, greasy hair that goes into a very, very tight point. And he says in common, "That is far enough. I am familiar with many languages. I can speak your tongue. Says, or if you know of Cassatrix, that would be favorable. But you, says, child
And
of
all
the
he
North,
can see is the hood that goes to here, white hair, and the horns.
child of the North. Says, we could, and he switches to Infernal. We can speak our tongue if you wish.
I will switch to North Cassatrix so at least Cloud understands what
Yeah.
I'm saying. I am fine with this. Or common. Either is fine.
We have nothing for you to rob.
We are not trying to rob you. We wanted to make sure that you were not an incursion on the island. The warlord has already attempted to take the island once, and we just wanted to make sure you were not part of his.
I'm gonna turn to Cloud. What is she saying?
I'll
Translate.
Translate.
Okay.
yeah.
So-
I'll be the interpreter.
So that's one. You speak our tongue.
I'll nod my head yes.
They've seen your kind before. You say a party belonging to blood has.
It was ships, right?
What?
Okay.
Yeah, it was yeah.
I just had
yeah.
to remember. It wasn't just a party, it was a raid on the island. They came to us from the bay and tried to take the island with ships.
How many?
Many.
5,
Oh no, there was more than that.
6,
Six,
6.
seven.
6 or 7. There were actually close to 7, if not
Okay.
10 actually fully.
Okay, so guesstimate 10-ish.
10 ships.
Ish.
What has befallen these 10 ships?
They've fallen.
Gone.
They're
And
gone.
when she translates, I'll be like,
I don't. He can speak our language. Why are we talking in 2 different languages?
oh, because I didn't know that he hasn't really, well,
Well,
You have something to say of this,
Common.
he says in common.
I can.
Did we hear him speak
Yeah.
common before?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he actually had spoken common.
I thought he
Yeah,
was,
that's why I was confused.
Calm down.
I thought he was
No.
speaking Infernal.
I'm sure you have many
He was
questions.
speaking North Cassandra.
Okay, hang on. He had said that he was more comfortable with one of the 2 than
Gotcha.
common, but he can
Well,
speak.
I heard that part. I just wasn't. Okay, gotcha.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. The ships came, and we didn't like that, so we destroyed them. They're gone.
Destroyed.
Well, we sunk them.
That's destroyed.
We sunk them.
You sunk my battleship!
B4.
So, what do you intend with us?
It's really.
Were you part of that? Or are you refugees trying to get away from that?
I need to know your intentions first.
We have no intentions with you, Mr. Hornman. We just want to make sure you're okay.
Bastion is under new management, and
Sir Dad.
we came to extend
A friendly
Yes.
paw.
yeah, we came to extend an olive branch. We're in need of people there, and if you are in fact refugees, there may be
Or
a
just
place for
friendly.
you there.
You're in need of people there.
We need
We need
workers.
help, yes.
Oh.
People that know how to sail.
That would be promising if it weren't for the fact that this was not a raiding party. It was the remaining people that we had with us.
No, they were shooting at us.
You said the ships was taken, sunk.
The ships that
Slowly
came.
take us-
The
Step
ships that
back.
were shooting at us, yes, they were sunk.
So the ships were, well, perhaps that they were fired upon.
We do not fire upon those that do not fire upon us.
Yeah, like they were shooting at us before we went up there and started shooting at them. Right?
No, that's not what happened.
Dear God, please tell me we
Don't
did
tell me we
not-
just killed a whole bunch of refugees. Oh my god.
Are you aware of the people that were sent inside on orders to assassinate?
So I know nothing of people that were sent there. I know that there was a group hunting us that had gone before us. Says, we tried to avoid them, but they entered through the west of the island. Says, they traveled through the jungles.
Who are you with?
We
Who
are.
do you serve?
So he says, well, we are not loyal to blood. I can tell you that for goddamn
Were
certain.
the people
Okay.
that were on those 10 boats ahead of you?
The titles have changed. Originally, the political party was known as the Maklas, the Loyal. It is now a name that we carry for those that oppose blood.
And this is where I'm going to remove my hood.
You're different.
That is why I was told to leave.
It's a shame. There are many of us that were simple working folk. Some of us less fighters, the less capable here, that belong to the university. He said the Madrasa al-Zarhaq. They were professors, academics. Oh, they are still here, friend, and alive.
Oh, God.
But our working class, as you say, they went forward. They were on those boats.
Why would they just sail into a city?
Okay.
They weren't waving white flags or making. They didn't send a messenger ahead.
This is something. I'm going to go through and I'm going to, with keen minds,
Okay.
tell them everything that happened. Tell them about the assassins that we found while we were prepping defenses in case it was an invasion.
Mm-hmm.
Everything.
Okay. So he says,
How that we have come under attack since then, or haven't come under attack since then.
He says, this sounds like representatives of the Zilayad. Zilalyad. Zilayad. It's two words, Zil and then Yad. Says those are the, how you say, spies for the warlord. Cursed be his name.
I'll spit on the ground.
So he nods.
I'm gonna see you do it and then like also try to do it. It doesn't go very well.
No lips.
Yeah, no
It's
lips.
like hanging off.
Is it possible, friend, that what has happened, and this is the tactics of the Zilayad, is that they've perhaps caused it in such a way that they seemed as attackers? We carried the flags of Warlord Blood so that we were safe in the waters leading up to here, but they're the only sails we packed, and so we haven't been able to change our markings.
Well, we are responsible for the death of 10 ships full of working class people.
10-ish.
10 boats.
Somewhere between 40 to 50 men, if every single one of them
you're not
attacked.
helping.
I'm going to walk over to the water and violently throw up. Multiple times.
At this point, though, I am going to be making insight checks to see if I have.
Do so.
Well, first one's 10.
Seems to be on the up and up.
Oh God.
You were doing so well
We
for me.
do.
What is your name?
It says, my name is Rafi Nassar. This one is called Rafi Nassar.
Nothing. You said you're scientists, researchers, alchemists.
Academics belonging to the Madrasa. The Madrasa was the most renowned academic university in the, perhaps even to rival the one in Sparrowcrest, but is no more. The Warlord Blood, may he die soon, was attacked such institutions. Academics were the first to go, of course. You make the populace stupid, they're more likely to be,
Rise up. They won't know better.
perhaps.
I'm gonna come back. We would like to make amends for this. We were under a mistaken impression. Would you like shelter in an actual city where you will not be judged?
We've had a change of management as well. We're no longer under the cult leader of the Leviathan.
Jasar's gone.
So,
Jasar's gone. It's a free city.
oh, this
The crazy one, the one to kill all the tieflings.
yes, this sea monster worshipper.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, we know of it.
Well,
Go ahead.
He's gone.
Has he died?
He's not that we know of.
So he may come back again.
And
You
that's what
understand,
we're hoping for.
and forgive me. You seem your intentions clear, and war is a funny thing. My heart is heavy for those that we have lost, but it was to be expected. And some of us,
Correct. Y'all are sailing under enemy flags. we defended cities.
Some of us had some opposition to it, yes, and we spoke against it. There was much disagreement, but we're in desperate times, as you can see.
I think we all are. And if you are assassins disguised as academics, there's not really going to be much for you if you do kill us all.
What you understand that this this holds very little in the way of. This is not a good foot to have made our first step with.
I think that's plain to see, but at least it shows that we're being honest with you.
What authority over the city do you have?
She's the daughter of the man who runs the city.
It's true. My father's the leader there. He's trying to organize it. We're trying to get the city up and running again. It's difficult. We lost a lot of people in the Civil War, but you can't, as academics, you can't just be living out here in the woods
No,
on
we
an
can't.
island.
No, that is true.
And we could use your help there.
We could use your help.
How so?
Well, we weren't the only refugees. We've caught on our travels on different ships that have been taken by slavers from Portus. They carry one specific banner.
Do you know where they went?
No, they travel the city. He says they travel the islands closer to Portus, but
What is the flag?
how you say it? He says in Northern Cassandra, an anchor.
I'm gonna tell you what.
An anchor like that's wreathed in chains
Also the
with
anchor?
a man that's actually there's a man that's actually wrapped in chains around an actual anchor itself.
Okay, so.
Menno.
They enjoy metal music. It's very hardcore, not to my liking.
I said that in Bergen.
So he says, this man that carries the anchor, a slaver by trade. He's taken a few, including refugees. So there are other people. I wonder if you might know of what might be able to be had for individuals. He says, looking at you.
Cloud does not know.
No. That is pity. You
So-
carry the weight of your father with you?
He sent
Your
us.
authority? He sent you? Under seemingly diplomatic ways?
We saw your ship when we were making our way back from a different mission.
And we saw yours. We intended to leave right away, but where would we go?
We came to investigate. I believe my father respects our opinions. What would you have us do?
I would have you go to our city, Al-Majid. Al-M-A-J-E-E-D.
Wait a minute,
Al-Majid.
that's not where I'm from, is it? Okay.
Al-Majid is our port city, our major port city of the Unanerith. It is where the Maklas have gone, where we hold off against blood, and it is everyone that is in the opposition to blood has set up there. We have ships, we have many refugees, we have people to the cause, but we are losing. You say you're a friend? We may need somewhere to go in the future. And we may need help should the time come.
You want us to bring them here?
I want you to go with us back.
When it's time for you to go back.
No, immediately.
Now?
More. Unless you had other endeavors.
So are we going to help you win this war, or are we going to help you escape?
You do not have the people to make to win this, but you say that you are a welcoming city and you need more hands.
Yes, absolutely.
He says we have a very capable city with many willing workers who are perhaps looking for a new home.
So escort you there and bring back whoever's...
Escort us there, talk to the leaders of the Maklas, and then plead your case, and maybe we set up diplomatic ties between Al-Majid and Bastion.
I need to do an insight check on that.
Go for it.
Ooh, not great.
Can I ask you if
I would.
Go for it. Two of you guys can.
Yeah.
16.
He seems to be on the up and up.
It seems like a
he's-
great idea to me.
He seems to be, but he's reserved. He's tense around you guys.
Well,
For obvious reasons.
Yeah,
Walking team.
Any would-be kind of deceit that you can perceive is just him bottling up the severity of the situation.
Well,
Let us send word back.
Talk amongst yourselves. And
I'm actually going to come closer to him because I'd like to just have a word with him.
so I'll pull everyone aside.
so you hear Lafi, or you hear a woman, a female tiefling. Says, "Things are all right. Stay back." As you see a woman on deck who is cradling a what seems to be a small infant.
You guys go ahead first.
So, Doc,
Fucked up.
Sergio. Well,
There's no way
Yes.
of us knowing.
but there was really. What did
He seems
expect?
truthful.
I mean, I'm not saying it was right. I just.
Quite frankly,
You
if I
couldn't know.
may, calm your conscience. They were flying under enemy flags at the time. We had no interpretation.
There was no
This
way
is
of us
war.
knowing.
In wars, if you don the enemy's cloth, you are a target amongst those who do not know you.
Then, at the very least, we have to help them. We owe them that much.
We actually owe them nothing. But I agree upon that going there, bringing them back, and possibly for the workforce.
If anything, we'll be able to go there, get these people safe passage to somewhere they know they're safe, and then maybe at the very least get a reward out of it. Some supplies that we can take back with us.
Well, if they really are academics, maybe they'll be able to help with the repairs and
Repairs,
the
research.
harvesting and, you
Get
know,
us someone to sell this scroll off to.
if they have coin. I mean, we didn't have anything else pressing.
You're the captain of the ship, but I say we do it.
I'm in concurrence.
I appreciate your advice. Alright,
Every leader needs a council.
not much of a leader, am I?
None of us are.
Very well.
Quote unquote, who would listen to a walking tin can?
I do. I value your opinion.
That makes one of us.
It's a shame
That's
about
not
just the
very
equal
nice.
doctors you are.
You should, my mother says you shouldn't say those types of things.
She's not my mother,
Also true. Thank
as far
God.
as I know.
You
That'd
should.
be odd.
You should be thankful.
Say that about my mother.
But you just.
Walk away.
Okay.
Will's head's like throbbing.
Me.
Alright, so we'll go back to Rafi after she's
After.
done.
Yeah.
I need Cloud and Inibus to make a perception check for me.
That's an
Is that what I think it
That's
is?
a fucking natural 20.
Oh shit. Okay, you hear it clear as day. Go ahead.
21.
Okay, good. So you
What'd you
hear.
roll?
Your big ass die.
No, but
Oh, I rolled a 16 on the die.
it's better than I've ever rolled on that thing.
You both hear. Has that from the woman? Has that one come for? Has that one come for this one? So is that what they're there for? And you hear him say, "Hush! That they're here for another reason, and we're not even certain we can work with them." As you see a tiny little hand a furred, tiny little hand come up from the bundle as she wraps the baby up for her.
It's a baby.
Does it look like an animal hand? Does it look like a cat hand?
It's a very furry baby.
It's a furry baby.
It's a fur baby.
And where are we?
We're still on the
On the
beach.
shore.
But you're still with them. I've walked over to Rafi.
Okay. Oh, right. Okay. Right.
So Rafi steps off from the rest, and he's like saying like, "We're working this out." So he says, "Bear with me. I'll see what I can do." As he's speaking to the other crew members. You've come to a decision, yes?
Yes. You.
Okay.
Sorry.
No. As you're off.
Oh, I thought you were still talking to us.
No,
Go
sorry.
ahead.
So you're off to this. You're talking to Rafi by yourself.
Yeah. I wanted to ask, have you heard of Inara and Zunavis?
These names are not familiar to me. Are they family?
They are my parents.
What were their trades?
They worked for the university.
We've set up something of a university somewhere ourselves. We get refugees all the time. So far, we are trying to transcribe and make copies of whatever information we were able to take with us. You would have better luck looking there, perhaps.
They would not want to see me. I just wanted to make sure they weren't dead at the hands of blood.
I can't say, but I can carry a message for you.
Let me see what my friends have decided. I would very much like to accompany you back. I have not been home in a very long time.
You would go without your friends, then?
No, I would not.
Not even sure if they want to go, period.
Well, let us find out. Walk back over.
He looks over. So, all of you have come to the decision, yes?
Yes.
We're going to help you, but not for free. We're struggling just as much as you are.
Well, you seem to be faring very well, being able to fend off ships of innocent refugees coming to your lands.
That's a luck. Luck and resources that we didn't know we had.
Well, I'm sure you were able to scavenge whatever you could find if you've killed every single man to the vessels.
Not as much as you'd think.
You want to name a price?
I don't need to name a price. We just need to ensure that we're going to be getting some supplies to take back with us.
Such as?
Food, water,
Medicines.
medicines,
We cannot offer much.
maybe even people that can train soldiers.
I can offer a little bit of everything that you say.
That's enough.
We accept. I'll stick out my big hand.
Forgive me if I don't.
I will bow slightly to him.
Okay, so I'll do the same, I guess. And I follow her.
He returns. And he says, "We shall make this for your escorting us back. And know that should we run into any pirating vessels, and there will be a few, we will not aid you in
Take
any
care of it.
We'll be alright.
Should it come to it as well, we will leave you behind."
As
That's
I
fair.
expect.
I'm quite sure our ship can easily catch up if you pull ahead.
Hence why we did not leave right away. But speaking of departing, shall we?
We shall.
To the boat!
To the ship.
Do you need help getting your
Can
boat ready?
Can I see the little bundle again?
There's a little
Can I-
bundle.
But can I see it?
Yes, you can see a bundle, but you can't see what the message is. There is a woman but the woman in question who's holding it is looking to you intently.
Okay, I'm gonna. My curiosity is getting the better of me.
Sleight of
I
hand.
feel really bad. I feel like I can't even speak to these people because I just killed them all.
Sleight of hand that
So
baby.
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
For
no.
Tabaxi flaws.
Sleight of hand the baby.
Sleight of hand the baby.
She replaces it with a bundle of coconuts.
Cloud does not know where Babu went.
I was just holding a newborn today. They don't carry. They don't have a lot of weight.
Six-
One coconut would do.
16.
16.
Drop it.
16. Okay. Yeah, you're able to restrain yourself, but you let out a little. So you're like,
So as like
I'll let you. You're able to restrain yourself without issue, but I still leave it up to your own devices.
okay, so I'm going to like take. I'm gonna like take off my hat and look as like not intimidating as I can, and I'm gonna like
boots her.
yeah, and I'm gonna like walk up to the lady. She's a tiefling.
Yes.
Okay, and I'm just gonna be like, excuse me, miss.
So
I'm like holding my hat.
yeah, she says, I do not come in very.
Oh. So in
Northern
Northern
Saxons.
Saxons, I'll ask her again.
So
I'll ask her what is your name?
So she says, Big Green.
And then she says,
Big Green. You said how do you spell it?
Big Green.
Big Green. Okay, so I'm gonna.
Bikrym.
So I'm
Big
gonna-
green.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say.
Big Green.
Yeah, Big Green.
a big green.
So you say because
Yeah, so
you
I
have
say-
to like ruin every name.
Yeah, so I'll call her Big Green,
Okay.
and I'll just ask her. I'll just, like, even if she tries to correct me, I'm just gonna talk over her and ask her if can Cloud see what you are holding?
It is a baby, not mine. But I do not think that this is best. As you hear a cry, but it sounds more like a.
Oh my god!
It's a baby tabaxi!
It's just a cat.
It's just a regular cat.
And so she's as she's like cooing it and like kind of rocking it in place.
May Cloud ask where baby is from?
From the savannas to the south, but I'm not sure. There was a vessel of other tabaxis. They traveled. They were taken.
By who?
Some man carries an anchor on his sails.
Oh, son of a bitch.
He
God
did-
damn you, DM. Okay. So I'll kind of mull that over for a minute. You take care of baby now, yes? Big Green takes care of baby now?
Be cream, yes, take care of baby.
And I'll just kind of nod and like walk away. But
So she says the
no, just
fur is spotted. So I thought it was different from yours. This one looks like a it looks like a cheetah. Very cute.
But you're not allowed to see.
and I'll ask her is it a boy or a girl?
It's a girl.
And what do you call her?
Baby kitten sometimes. I do not have a name. So she looks over to the rest who are like kind of like unsure, and everybody's tending to like getting the ships aboard. As she inches just a foot closer, and she like undresses it, and you see a squirming, very tiny tabaxi infant with patterns of like a cheetah pattern about its fur.
I immediately start purring.
Name it.
I know. I'm trying. God damn
Name
it.
it Cloud.
Taking suggestions.
Name it
See?
Cloud.
Sky.
Savannah.
Sky Sea.
Oh, Savannah's pretty.
Savannah.
Ooh.
Are they
Oh,
are tabaxi difficult to take care of?
There are the words.
Cloud does not know, but
This will knit. Has drawn blood before.
I like take another look, and I kind of like start to.
You do that, and like it's squirming around.
oh,
on his
Chitara.
paw.
Chitara. Oh my god.
Copyright.
Except you'd be like, Cheetara.
Cheetara, yeah.
That's her real name, but she calls her Chitara.
Is
about-
there a language that I should be teaching it? Are there traditions to follow? Is there?
Cloud was also saved as baby, so Cloud does not know. Cloud does not know many things about Tabaxi, but she will love the sea.
That's just funny. I thought cats hate they hate the sea, hate water.
Depends.
Apparently they hate dogs.
I'm just not comfortable. Okay. She is a. What? What?
Bad levitons. Sorry.
What?
That's
What?
Let's not get distracted.
Aww.
so-
No.
So she's
So I just tell her like, you know, she is a little angel.
yes she is. My little biting angel.
Oh my god. Adorable. Okay, I'm gonna walk away before I take it.
I think that's what she's trying to get you to do.
No, we can't raise a child.
So
Why
what
not?
is
I mean, I travel with the party.
what is your
I'm
name?
raising 3 kids
I am
And a
Cloud.
robot.
and a robot.
Perhaps if whatever it is we have worked out works out okay, I will give it your name.
Next character.
Fighting back tears. Cloud will be honored by that. And I'm just gonna, you know, big green and walk away.
Cloud.
And then she shall be named Claude.
Cloud.
Claude.
Claude, like blood Claude.
You guys do what now?
Well, by the time, how much more packing essentially do they have left to do?
They were about finished actually.
We'll finish.
They had taken the 2 days that they had away from you guys. They had taken that time to basically stock up as much as they could and attempt to leave. It looks like they were ready to go very, very quickly. You caught them at an opportune moment.
Perfect. Take our little dinghies back to the boat.
And we'll
Is
follow them, I guess.
Is there any way to send a letter back to the...
Let me see what spells I have. I might be able to do something.
Anyone got sending or
A
anything
message
like that?
or anything like that.
We told them we would go out and back into the ocean to
Yeah.
find more supplies. They're not expecting us anytime soon.
Okay. You didn't get lucky.
This trip could take you some time,
Could take us weeks.
maybe even months.
If we get there, we can always send a message back on a small boat. What if we exchange crews? We can take some of the people from one of their boats, have them work on ours, and then send our people off on their ship to deliver a message.
You offer that, and they respectfully insist that they keep their distance as much as possible.
Can
I have message.
Message is 120.
Yeah.
Oh,
If it took us 2 days to
What
get here, I don't think
shit.
message is gonna work. It would take us a week to get through the jungle, right?
Yeah. On
Can
foot,
I
probably. If
call
not, a
down?
little less.
I need a seagull.
You need a seagull?
I need a seagull.
There are plenty about.
I'm gonna put some rations out.
You do that, and it takes absolutely no time at all. It's
First there's 1, and then there's 40.
Yeah.
Mine.
I would like to cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you beforehand what I plan on doing, so you can write a quick note. So I'm gonna I'm gonna have the rations, right?
So.
And I'm gonna try to just one seagull.
Mine.
I was gonna say, can they please be the Finding Nemo seagulls?
Mine.
Do you want this?
Message.
Yes.
I will give it to you if you promise to do me a favor.
Mine.
Do you promise to do me a favor?
Yes.
Okay.
Mine.
I'm going to tie.
Starts to peck at it.
There's more if you pay attention. So I'll put it down.
Okay. Pecks.
Okay, and I'll keep the rest
Starts
of
to
it.
go to the rest of the rations.
No, I grabbed them.
Okay, so you
I
grabbed
told you I
them.
grabbed them
Yeah,
so
yeah.
they couldn't.
Okay. Mine.
So I will give you more if
Mine.
you let me tie this note to your leg
Mine.
and you fly and drop it off at the. And I'll describe like the inn, like
The
just.
big building that smells good.
Poop with smoke.
Kids.
Okay.
Yes.
So poop with smoke. Lots of wood, driftwood. They go into They put dead wood against rocks.
Yes.
Yeah.
I need you to take the note there.
Food.
I will give you food, and they will give you food if you deliver it.
They have food there.
Yes. So you put that in the.
Food.
Give food.
Food. As the other ones
Okay,
start to go
maybe multiple
food, and you start to hear like this chorus of
Just
like.
really short. Went to Amaljeed. Be back soon. Give food. There. So I'll make like 5 different notes and tie them to different birds.
Do you not know
Make
how
an
to write?
animal handling check for
You
me,
write better
please.
than I do. I can do that. I'm actually pretty good at this.
I have doctor handwriting.
Okay, maybe I'll write it myself. That's not bad. 15?
15. Okay. It seems as convinced as the seagull's gonna be.
All right. So I will repeat that
Okay.
with, I guess, 4 more. So there's a total of 5.
Okay.
At least one of them's got
So-
to
And at least one of them will get there.
So okay. Poop paper. I ate paper. Paper food.
No, the paper is not food. You're not that stupid.
One of them is already
They are not stupid.
message.
Yeah, seagulls really.
Food.
You're fine.
Food. Dead ships. Dead wood.
Take the paper to the dead wood, and you will get more food.
Food.
And
There
I'll
seems to be an agreement about it.
All right. So I'll just hope one of them gets there.
As they all take off, and they start to drift around the island and go south, the opposite direction,
Oh,
and
no.
then what was that? Levitons.
Dice for the crew.
$25 donation. Dice for the entire crew. Thank you so much, Levitons.
Let's see.
Appreciate
Now I
that.
have 3.
So thank you guys
So
for
do
keeping
I.
track of
Same
it.
here.
So they go towards the south. As you guys are wrapping everything up, an agreement is made, and you guys start to make your ship. You start to take the rowboat back. You're going forward. The seagulls are circling your ship as you're hearing food.
Go to the dead wood, you dumbass.
Deadwood, smoke, food, as they start to then wrap northward towards Bastion.
Why did I
Yay.
keep seeing smoke?
And
Cooking.
Yeah.
5, the 5 is reduced down to 4 as one winged corgi is
What?
going to the air.
No, he is
And
very
Bob
well
Mitchell,
trained.
so
He is
one-
very well trained.
He's
He has a 10 intelligence.
He's,
Yeah,
try-
whoa.
he's
Just
trying to
as
like
I am.
dogfight with it. As you see, the corgi is trying to like chase down in practice,
I blow my dog whistle.
and it breaks off.
Oh.
The seagull then wraps with the other ones, and you see a collection of seagulls heading towards, hopefully, you hope is Bastion.
Yeah.
the
And
best I
that's
could do.
what we're at
I
today.
I
So-
hope we make it.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much. We're going to have the rerun right after this. Please join us tomorrow at 1 o'clock Arizona time for Mondays with the Ministry. Of course, we have Crit Chicks on Wednesday night at 1 o'clock Arizona time.
Nice cat.
Do that. And if not, catch us next Sunday for 5 o'clock Ultra 1. All Arizona time, of course. Anything, guys? Yes?
Shop
any notes?
Dungeon Depths.
Dungeon Depths.
Get the merch.
They have our
Do the
shit.
thing.
They have our shit. You can buy our shit. You can wear our symbols on you. You can represent, spread the word. It helps out
Put
a
us
lot.
all over your
Guys,
body.
thank you so much.
Put us all over your body.
All over you. So, but guys, it's a pleasure. We love you so much.
We love you
We will
guys.
see you very soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.